And we are live. Good morning, everyone. How are we today? How are we feeling?
Feeling, feeling pretty good. If you're asking me or if you're asking the audience, I don't know.
I mean, I'm asking everyone generally. It's a general broad question.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm feeling pretty good. I got coffee. I'm just waiting for it to not be hot so I can drink
I'm feeling blessed and highly favored this morning.
Oh, it's
That's a
good to
much
have
better
you.
answer.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. We should explain to people that your time zone it's
4 in the afternoon.
you're 4 in the afternoon. Oh, it's just 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's just 4 in the afternoon. It's not like it's
Oh, I
morning
thought it
or
was
anything
something
like that.
crazy. Never mind.
No, just
I
five
don't know
hours
time
ahead of
zone.
EST.
Oh wow. What's the future like? Do
No,
things
plus
get better?
5. I'm still waiting. I'll let you know. I'll hit you up when that happens.
um,
Oh, excuse me.
so one of the things that we have to do off the bat to combat our chat who has a bingo board is we need to do our intros because it usually takes us about 45 to 2 hours to get into intros. Um, no fault of my own, mind you. So we're just gonna start that off with Leoni, please tell us about yourself, who you are, where we can find you, what you do.
Hi. I haven't done the intro for a while, so let me just remember how that works. Hello, everybody. I am Leoni, also known as GlossandGadgets. And you can find me all over the web as GlossandGadgets, although not in Twitch chat, because for some reason I decided to go with a completely different brand, and that's Gold Heart Gaming, which is my NTT RPG channel. I am a game dev. I make things like jewelry, fantasy jewelry. I'm also the producer for season 1, Motherlands, and the producer over at Gold Heart, as well as known as the Golden Stag. What else do I do?
It's so
That's
much
all you
already.
kind of need to know right now.
Graphic
That's
design,
enough.
producing show. Like I went to your website yesterday just to do a little bit of research to pretend I'm a good host, and like you do everything. Like there's you offer like services that you can help people who are getting themselves reestablished, and it's generally every part of setting up a stream. And I was just like, whoa. So
I
that's
mean,
amazing.
some people kind of forget I am quite old. I've been on this planet for a while. I know this is all deceiving, but I've been around the block for a while, and I've been working half my life. So these are just skills that I've just had to pick up for reasons.
Nothing but respect for the hustle. Nothing but respect for the hustle. Next, we should have Anita. You should do your intro. Yeah, you try to sit in the cut all quiet.
I saw Kelsey hop into chat only to lurk because Kelsey is the one that made the bingo cards for us.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Panita, or Panita, or Critical Misses, because this is my channel. So you can find me here most times, on Noir Enigma's channel sometimes, and you can also find me over on Cobalt Press's channel for Into the Southlands. That's pretty much me. It's you now.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't looking forward to it.
Are you gonna do the big one at the end of the show, or are you gonna do it at the top of the show?
I'm not doing the big one. I don't think at all today. I'm not feeling it. So I'm Noir. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and as the Noir Enigma. You can find me on TikTok as Noir Enigma because I don't know how to change my TikTok name. And like I don't have a lot of followers on TikTok, but I got enough to where I don't want to start over. So that's where we are. So just drop the on TikTok and then we're all good. So we've officially done our intro. Take that, chat. Now we can get into the show. I have a bunch of questions for you off the bat. I'm fanboying a little bit here, but I'm gonna keep it tucked in. First off, how long have you been running Goldheart?
Gold Heart is coming up to 3 years this year in November. Um, yeah, three years this year.
Holy
Wow.
flipping! I mean, uh, obviously through the years in the TTRPG community, we have seen channels come and go with various levels of controversy as to why they have gone away. But Goldheart has been stable. I Every time I talk to anybody about Goldheart, there's nothing but positive things to say about the
Oh,
channel, the community, and the work you put in. So we that again, that's another reason why I'm kind of like houseway, because like I'm just starting to put together a channel and it's hard. So how do you maintain that for
I
3
mean,
years?
granted, we took 6 months of 2020 out,
Mm-hmm.
because 2020 was like a whole decade, and there was some stuff like we also had our own controversy, but it wasn't necessarily with the management or how it was structured or the processes. It was more like people, and people got hurt, lessons were learned, and so we took those 6 months. We're still doing work behind the scenes, and we're going, okay, so these bad things happened. How can we turn this into a positive force? Because that's pretty much all Goldheart is. Goldheart is literally born out of my pain and my experience. And I say that all the time. And our core belief is conflict resolution. So if you're not interested in conflict resolution and healthy conflict resolution, then Goldheart's not the place for you. And yeah, so we took 6 months out of 2020. There's a lot going on right now. I got some really exciting stuff you don't see in TTRPG community, Discord communities yet. So I can't wait to actually show people what my
Okay.
team and I have built, because you've not seen it yet. I mean, and Goldheart's always been about stuff you've not seen yet. Like, we were one of the earliest ones that actually had, true diverse mixed cast, not just one token, one token melanated person on a side. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about that. But yeah, literally, we've had our issues, but take your time is literally the secret. Take your time, reflect, learn, because mistakes will happen, and grow. You can grow from mistakes and grow from failure. And that's why a lot of places failed, because they had excellent opportunities to learn and grow, and they didn't do it. They said they
Yeah.
would, and then didn't follow up on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know for sure Anita can relate to creating a space out of like not desperation, but out of frustration with how the space is.
Yeah. I mean, that's
So
the original Critical Misses. Was started as a actual play group in my city because I saw a uh, lack of people that weren't cis white men. So I started a club for gender marginalized folks, to come play D&D in a setting where they wouldn't have to worry about not knowing where to start or how to get there, like, and not wanting to go into the game stores where you'll deal with people that'll demean you or say or talk over you or that sort of thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
And then I started this channel because I figured with COVID, I might as well bring it to the broader online space with that same sort of core value in mind, that we need more voices in this community to help make it better. So yeah, that's the brief Cliff's Notes of the channel and how it got to be here.
The best places are made with that kind of motivation, to be honest. You find
yeah,
that when people are not doing it for like fame or money or whatever other shallow reason they can think of, you end up with really special places. And so I'm really, really glad that there's more in this space that are doing that, because if there's more of us, it can only get better.
yeah. And I'm starting to. I think one of the few blessings of 2020 is because more people have to stay side, we've got I feel like the TTRPG space has gotten a bit of a resurgence, and that new wave of interest has done a lot to expose people who are doing this because it's their passion and they want to, pass it forward and be a part of something amazing versus those who are purely in it for profit, which has been an interesting sort of thing to watch happen. But again, I could go on that topic all day. I have a bunch of questions, and I know I've got a bunch of time. I don't know why I'm rushing, but holy shit, Into the Motherlands. I want to know everything about it. How did it happen? Who did what? What? Like, okay. Into the Motherlands is huge and exciting, and I feel like you guys haven't even really tapped into like nearly what this can become. I feel like we're seeing something that's about to explode in a really big way, and it already came on the scene with such authority and such presence. Like, how did you react the first stream where you guys are like crushing numbers and you see this wave of interest in this project that I can't imagine, I can't imagine you all expected that.
I mean, have you met Tanya at Cypher
yes.
of Tyr? I mean, authority and presence is her middle name. So yes. Tanya just crushed it. I mean, the organization, the running of the show, handling everybody, scheduling, handling the money, getting our name out there. Tanya managed it all, and Tanya did such a good job. And I mean, we all got on board, and we knew we had something special just because of how well, because the show was put together really quick. I can't actually remember because time has no meaning anymore. I can't remember how quickly before live. But it was really quick, like quicker than I put a show together. Let me tell you that.
Okay. And that's one of the things that I was curious about. I was wondering how long had this been in production before it went public?
Like literally, the writers hit the ground running, and before we knew it, we're like, we have a live date, and I'm like, oh, I better make sure my computer's ready.
Because you ran the tech on it, right? You produced.
Yeah, I produced. Yeah, I produced it. So yeah, it was like literally the writing team and the development team, world built, wrote the story, and like you blinked and it was time to go live. And I can't remember the exact. I could probably look up some emails and find out when it all started kicking it off. But it was quick. But everyone there is a professional. They are like top tier, and I still can't believe that I was actually a part of it. Like sitting there, I know, like, okay, so you see me like this, but how all of them saw me was like hair wrap, no makeup, heated blanket, house coat, like eating a snack, glasses on, just like behind the screen gremlin. I think there was one episode where a camera dropped out and you see me and I just go, whoop. They all got shook when I turned up to the final episode and I had a full face. They were like, who is this? And I was like, it's because you've been seeing me for 11 weeks like a gremlin.
This is all I know you as. So I can't imagine you coming in gremlin mode.
my true face. This is my streaming face. No one knows my secret.
I'm excited for what happens next in
Me
Motherlands.
too.
I'm so happy that it's been received as well as it has, and then you guys have started with your merch, and then as soon as the merch comes out, you got you've got it on Critical Role, and now that's you know what happens anytime that person does anything. Like now you've got you got a new wave of people that are just like, there's a black guy hugging cheese. Let's figure it out.
That was a wild day. I like messaged Remy. I was like,
I'm terribly excited to see what comes next for that show, because it's good quality, it's good people, it's a good story. I want more merch though. That's my one complaint.
Go speak to Tanya.
We can do better. I want my action figures and whatnot.
I mean, Tanya's response would be, "You got more merch money."
You know what? Well, brave of you to think that I would talk back to Tanya. In fact, erase this from the video.
Cut the scene. Cut the stream right now. Aren't you on Team Cypher?
I would get taken to the principal's office because of y'all. So my co-host pulled up a tweet from you that I feel we need to discuss. Which there was a tweet that said something to the effect of, "You feel like your dad after he fought Tyson."
Yes.
Your dad fought Mike Tyson.
Please Google Julius Francis.
Julius Francis. Wait, I know that man. Hey! Okay, so do not piss you off is what I'm hearing.
I'm his eldest.
Oh, 48 fights. God damn.
British and heavyweight champion. Put me through university. Thank you, Mr. Tyson. That's my dad.
That's awesome. Don't piss you off is what I like.
I mean, the lot. Here we go. Here's a picture of me and Daddy together. Give my camera a second. Come on, phone.
Oh, we see.
Okay.
Oh.
So, but yeah, the last person I fought was back in school, and I did dislocate a jaw. So I'm just putting that out there.
Okay.
Like, people don't want to square up with me.
Don't start no
I'm
shit.
5'3" of anger. I'm a lady, but I will finish fights.
I can't believe I'm the tallest in the chat at 5'5".
Tiny. My mum. Yeah, my mum is like 5'2". Like, I beat her by an inch.
So I have to imagine as a kid, I've seen plenty of my dad could beat up your dad type arguments. Did you just laugh when that came up? Like, no, seriously.
So when I was in school, I actually got bullied for who my dad was.
Really?
Like, people would actually want to start stuff with me because of who my dad was.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Right?
Like, how do you think this is gonna pan out for you?
Never panned out well for them, I promise you. I got my dad to take me to the school dance several times.
I think, oh man, that has to be cool. That has to be cool. Like my dad's a lawyer. Bleh. So, my next question for you is: clearly you have some projects in the works that you can't discuss right
NDA,
now.
That life.
You've got your NDAs, but if I recall correctly, I've seen you host like official D&D content on your channel. If I'm not mistaken.
I mean, Wizards has never hit me up.
Okay, how? How?
Like we've won D&D Wizards of the Coast shows, but yeah, I've never actually been sponsored. I mean, you watch my videos. I say everyone, we're not affiliated, sponsored by, specifically approved by Wizards of the Coast LLC. I can't remember. I still remember how to say that. But yeah, no, Wizards have never hit me up. I just buy the modules and then I play them. Whatever takes my fancy.
I could have. Wow, that was a miss on my part, because I could have sworn. Well, I guess it wasn't an official one, but you've had some amazing players on your channel, and I guess I like when tuning in and seeing the caliber of players that you had, I was just like, this has to be official. Like, I think I just made that assumption.
It's just usually me going, hey, do you want to play games with me? And they go, yeah, and they go, okay, cool, and then we go play games. Like,
so, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, when was the last time that you played in a game on stream? Oh no, did I break Leoni?
A long time ago. No, I was on Capri Gamers, very brief Castrad. It was like it was Black Cat Spy Game, and it was like Black Cat Spy Game meets Castrad. It was like a modern spy thing, and that was very fun. I can't remember, that was like last year somewhere.
I'm playing that right now. That I love the spy game.
Yeah, I've run lots of private games. Like, I'm doing a lot of private games right now. So the very last time I was a player was whenever my friend Kai ran what's it called? Firebrands Mobile Suit Zero, which is my favorite game. It was like top tier. And we could have gone all night. Like, I understand when people say, oh yeah, we played D&D for 24 hours. And I'm like, how? That's how. When you have a game and you're just spiraling out of control, creating this improv anime mecha drama. Like, we were living our best life that night.
What is the longest you have played D&D?
12 hours, and that was for a charity stream, which is online.
Now I'm curious. Anita, what's the longest you've played D&D?
Played a single continuous game or streamed multiple games? Okay.
A continuous game. Streamed or private?
Private would probably be about 12 hours or so. 8 to 12 hours, I want to say. I was much younger then. I was much younger and so more full of hope.
Damn.
Why? What's yours?
Like $30-something.
That tracks for you.
Who needs sleep when you got an adventure?
Like, we could, like, if someone didn't have to run off to like an important work meeting, we would have gone. We would have just kept going all night. Yeah. I would have moved the camera to my sofa. It was such a good game.
So, another question I'm curious about is: do you come to, when conventions happen again at some point and they're safe, do you come to conventions over in the States?
I was going to go to PAX Unplugged in the before times, before COVID happens.
Before the Fire Nation came, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try and just not speak about times because I can't remember any times. But yeah, I was going to go to PAX Unplugged, and some stuff happened and I didn't feel quite safe. And my partner was going to come. We had to save up a whole heap of money. It was going to be like £2,000, which was like $2,500. And then my other half proposed, and he was like, let's use the money to get married. And I was like, okay. But that didn't happen. But I really, really want to meet my American family, especially the friends that I've made, especially through Gold Heart. And like, we've been joking about doing like Gold Heart Con, where basically we're going to rent out a really nice house. Like, we found this really cute mansion in Utah. It had like a swimming pool, slides, jacuzzis. It had its own basketball court. It had bounce houses, 18 million barbecues. Someone's at my door. And we were just going to rent it out because it worked out to be like $200 each.
Oh,
to have it for 2 weeks. Like if we got 16 PP, we got 16 people together, and we just go up into a house and just hang out. Like that's what I really want to do. So if I do go to a convention, you probably won't see me at any panels or running a booth or anything like that. I would literally just be like in one spot meeting people. That's it.
I would be interested in like seeing you do a panel on production and channel management. Like it'd be wild for you to be at a con and not be presenting something. How dare?
No, people usually invite me to like diversity talks and whatnot, and I'm just I said what I needed to say on it. Like here's a thread that I made 2 years ago. It's still relevant. Please read.
And
So
even the thread that you made a couple like last month, I think, the one on like making sure that the flowchart that you made for how it's like if you should join a streamed game if you're a POC. Like I took that to heart.
And that was just bad basics.
Yeah, I took that to heart. And you did the
that was just like low hanging fruit.
You shook the TTRPG community for a bit.
I mean, I've done that a few times in my time here. I've done that a few times. Like I did.
Oh no, go ahead.
But yeah, it's I've done that a few times now. Like I had my open letter to Wizards, when they had that whole survey mess. That was 3 years ago now. I've had a few threads like that.
I was really shook to see how people took that flowchart. Like, some people took that like personal, like you called their mom everything but the child of God. Like,
well, you know what? There's a very famous black proverb: "Hit dogs will holler."
That's Tanya's favorite, and I love it.
So if people took that personally, it's because they saw themselves in it.
I have to ask now, how's your Black History Month?
I mean, so it's been a whole year. Like I was looking at the date and I'm like, it's only the 6th. It feels like it's the 26th. Like, I'm British. You can hear it in my voice. But I turn down everything every time someone climbed into my DMs like, "Hey, come join us for our Black Lives Matter charity stream." I'm just like, British, hit me up in the So I
like that. You being British is like a parachute for you. Like, nope.
And it's just the UK flag.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's in my pinned tweet now, because I think people keep forgetting. Hey, do you want to play at this time? That's 4 a.m. No, thank you. So yeah, I stepped out of a lot of it this year, but I'm just watching all the people I love and admire just go through it this month. And the funny thing is I'm not even doing that much except for retweeting and trying to uplift people when I see their threads. And even I'm getting some, and I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
Please take that Black Lives Matter out your handle if you're
tired of black
do
people.
That.
God bless her.
Felt it in my soul.
You were the first person that I saw bring that up. Like I was like, what's Gloss talking about? Oh. She had every type of like Black Matters, save Uganda or some shit.
Believe Black women, protect Black women. Like, I'm not here for the performance anymore. I think it was like end of 2019 and beginning of 2020. I was just like, I ain't gonna be quiet anymore.
I really do. I felt the entire Black community take a deep breath it just like as soon as February 1st hit, I feel like there was a silent agreement that we were all like, all right, here we go.
Yeah, we did. We braced ourselves for it. And like none of us are surprised, but we're just like you couldn't even get through one day. Like February 1st, bam, straight away.
So I don't usually talk about this, but February 1st, my DMs blew up with every kind of cool, this, that, jiggle, like every kind of like, and I'm like, damn, they didn't even wait.
It's almost like someone scheduled it. It's like, yes, midnight.
I'm seeing people at the keyboard like, ready?
Right? Right? Oh, it was mental. It was mental.
Like, no, I intend to make money off of it next year. I'm gonna just start collecting N keys and sell them on eBay. These motherfuckers have to be weird about. It's a hot mess.
It is a hot mess. And we're only on Feb the 6th.
You know what? I have to admit.
It's like the opening of an amusement park of oppression and racism.
It really was. It was just like like I look for Black History Month stories now just as like a sick form of delight. And like there's this police department that put like Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King on their cop cars and shit, and I'm like, yes, that's exactly what the blacks wanted. That is exactly what we as a people decided we wanted.
That ain't it.
No, it's not. But you know,
I need to wash that taste out my mouth.
I'm so sorry I had to bring that to you.
Oh, there we go. Much better. Wow.
Yeah, it's been wild, but you know what? I am happy to see a lot of us winning. We've got a lot more Black partners coming out every day on Twitch. We've got a lot of people being casted to like sponsored shows. Critical Bard still isn't verified, which I don't understand.
We're gonna work on that though, because
I'm glad Christina Ariel was able to get her check mark. I don't care how you feel about Critical Bard at this point. Love the guy, hate him. You have to acknowledge that his presence is such that it demands the check mark. At this point, it's just
like Critical Bard's hilarious. Like I've had the blessing of being able to like voice chat with him a few times, and like I need to keep going to the toilet or make sure I'm like dehydrated because I'm gonna just wet myself laughing.
Like I've played in a game with I played in a game they GM'd, and I've played Among Us with him a few times. The he's a solid dude, and he's good. He's funny, and honestly, I don't understand how I see like some game designer I've never heard of with like 2,000 followers with a check mark. And you got Critical Bard on here, which everybody and their mama knows at this point. And nothing. So, you know, we gotta fix that. And Persephoroth at this point. And you. Why don't you have a check mark?
Because I don't care about followers. Like, more followers, more problems. Like, I'm trying to keep my following count at that nice 4-6. Like, you'll just see it fluctuate. Just 4-6. Oh, 4606. Oh, 4696.
I like to imagine that once it gets too big, that's when you decide to do shit like the flow chart, like time to make some white folks mad.
I do that. I do tweet out occasionally, just like, yeah, time to make someone angry and clean out these followers. It's quicker than me doing it. It's much quicker than me doing it.
But the thing is, they're insightful and like educational fucking tweets. They're well thought out, so it's not just like a fuck everybody, leave me alone type tweet. It's like well, here's how you can make yourself better. and just people lose their shit.
You know what? People, as I found out last year, people hate being told to do better. And I made this tweet as well. It's just like, being told to do better isn't an attack. It never will be. Just,
I mean,
that's people.
That's kind of the point of life, is to just keep improving at things. You're never at the point where you're done. Jimi Hendrix was never done learning guitar. And every day he got a little bit better, and that's true for everything. You're always supposed to be getting a little bit better. And if somebody's just like, well, here's a way that you can get better, and your first response is to like subtweet them, you're not doing anything.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because some people are so used to going through life being mediocre that they don't know how to be better. And so, when it comes to people of color, or, working class people, or people that, are driven and have had to dig deep and do something with themselves and grow, otherwise they won't survive, then, that's just instinctual. But, if you go through your life being mediocre, just being handed participation ribbons, and then someone gets to tell you, go be better, then, you're not going to know what to do.
And I also have another theory, and I kind of saw this play out, and it's frustrating. I saw Bree tell somebody something, and they snapped, and then I told the person the same thing, and they were a bit more receptive to it.
Yeah, you see that playing out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are just guys out there that can't. I'm trying to figure out how to. I think there are just guys out there that can't handle being told anything by a woman or a femme presenting individual. I think.
Yes, it's called mother issues.
Truth.
I kind of have the exact opposite. Well, I have daddy issues, so that makes sense.
You know what? Yeah, me and you both. Like,
if a dude tells me something, I'm like, "Oh, fuck yourself." But if a woman tells me something, it's just like, "Oh, you right. I'm sorry. I should do better. You right." But it's just, when I see that, it's very frustrating, because I don't think our community really understands that it's built on the backs of women.
Mm-hmm.
If you like Critical Role, chances are you want to give the credit to Matt Mercer. Surprise, motherfucker, you actually have Marisha to thank for it. Into the Motherlands is fantastic, and I see people give all the credit to B-Dave, and I'm like, he's a huge part of it, but surprise, motherfucker, you got Tanya to thank for it. We're so quick to want to give the praise to the masculine energy that's first and foremost on a project, instead of who's actually doing the work. And I kind of want to bring that to you both, because I have had the experience of people thinking that I have anything to do with the creation of Morning Ritual or Critical Misses, and surprise, motherfucker, it's Nita. I don't even really know what I'm asking. I think if you could at all talk to that experience, if you dealt with that, how you deal with that, and I'm just very curious as to your perspectives on that phenomena, because I've only recently discovered it because privilege, sorry, and I'm trying to understand it.
Well, at least from my perspective with Critical Misses, we did co-found this channel together.
You did the work. Look.
I know that the design, the overlay, the everything on that end is me.
The work.
That's true. I do produce. I do. I do. We do actually have Dee who does casting now, for all our shows and takes in all the pitches and everything as our creative lead. So we've got that. I've been able to delegate that task, at least. I do a lot. Thank you, AJ.
Look, if it were left up to me, what people would be seeing on Twitch right now is a Zoom window.
But I think also you're the person with the connections, which shouldn't be undervalued either.
Bah.
I mean, I'm just going to raise one point. I mean, I said this as well, but in a different context. It's not a competition. There's that great saying, behind every great man is a strong woman. Like, partnerships make the world turn. And in the beginning of Goldheart, I did everything. Absolutely everything. I burnt out. And it's only now that I've got my team around me of, mask individuals, femme individuals. It's majority POC. We have our one token white person. Shout out to Kai. But, now that I'm able to delegate these tasks, like I could do this show and a meeting can happen without me. It's teamwork makes the dream work as it works. And yes, Tanya did a lot of the heavy lifting, but B-Dave handled the development, and Tanya just poked her head in and was like, what's going on, and and was able to like bounce notes around and help develop it as well. And Motherlands worked as well as it did because of the teamwork. Like, we all went there with our A game.
So I think I might have leaned too hard on the other side of it, where I wanted to make sure that I put such a spotlight on the feminine energy that to my detriment, I might have left out the mask. So I do like that adjustment of saying, hey, see the entire team and make sure that the spotlight is put on there evenly. So I do like that, and that is, hey, I just got told to do better, and I'm okay with it. No, I'm not. I'm about to
a lot of religions around. Yeah. You know what? Square up.
You'll see how that ends for you.
Some people want to come to other people's show and talk shit. No, I'm just
no, look at all the religions around the world. Like, they all have a masculine and a feminine, and the world doesn't exist without the masculine and the feminine. Or, just putting them in those. Obviously, you've got the nice non-binary gray area in the middle, I guess. But it's all about balance. And I see really big things for Critical Misses, because you've nailed that balance from what it looks like day one, and I'm very impressed. I wouldn't be here, by the way, if I wasn't impressed. I would have just been like, I'm really sorry, I'm really busy that day, and the next day, and the next 6 weeks. I'm just so busy. Like, that's how that message would have gone, instead of the straight up all caps. Yup.
No, thank you very much for the gifted subs. We really appreciate it. How you doing, buddy? I still don't forgive you for Daisy. All right. And no, I don't think that we're gonna skip over the fact that you got a compliment to take there, Anita, because I see you thanking those silently.
Thank you very much. It's been a lot of hard work from the get-go, and there have been some stumbling points, but I very much appreciate it. I'm learning, I'm growing, and
yeah. And you know what? Mistakes won't end you. Just bounce back and take them on.
And that's the sort of a thing that we talked in the chat a little bit about before Nora even came in here, was we were talking about how I'm still very early. I made a channel in April. I streamed one game at the end of May. The end of May? Yes, end of May. And
Black Cats.
Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. And then I started actually we did a couple one-shots here and there. We started Morning Ritual in June, when we would do it every 2 weeks. And then, like I said, the time dilation of 2020 helped us sort of accelerate, so that at the end of the season finale for Morning Ritual, we had Brendan Lee Mulligan on. somehow, magically,
Just the
miraculously.
nicest guy.
He's so nice.
I still can't believe he said yes to that. I can't. Every time somebody comes on this show, honestly, I can't believe they say yes. Like, you should have seen the DMs between me and Anita when you said yes. I was just like, I somehow duped Gloss. Like, I fooled.
Gnome says it's because they love us.
You know, he can love, he can say that now, but I see what he's doing to me in it's Entanglement, the game I play with him in his fans. And you know what? You know, Joe, you made me a terrorist. But you know, I it's only I love you. I love you back, Joey. It is tough love. I truly, if you haven't had the chance to play with Joey, highly recommend it. He's an amazing GM, just so good. Like, I just want to build bridges with everybody. I want to see you two play together. Anyway, so that is another question though. Do you have anybody that you haven't played with that you're excited to play with, or that you want to reach out and play with? Like, have you had the chance to play with some of the people from Into the Motherlands?
No, not yet. And yes, it is high on my list, but also I'm really nervous because like they're like up here on their like acting level, and like in comparison, I'm just like,
don't try it.
Animatronic wings. I'll have animatronic wings, and no one will notice that my accent keeps changing. They'll just, you know, I'll just distract them with shiny. Oh, look, shiny. Like, yeah. So maybe one day when I'm feeling my boots a little bit. No, so I've got one game coming up, which is DM'd by my friend Kai, and that's going to be on our show sometime in the future. It's not even going to be on our channel. It's going to be a podcast. Ooh. And I have played with Kai, and I have DM'd. Yes, I have DM'd Kai. I just had to double check my memory banks there. I've DM'd Kai, and now I get to be DM'd by Kai because we've had conversations over the many, many years, and it seems like our DM styles are exactly the same, which makes me excited because I DM how I want to play. And now I might actually get to play, and that's both terrifying and exhilarating, and I can't wait. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. Yes, I actually really want to play with Gnome. And that nearly happened in the casting, but unfortunately the stars didn't align for that one. I would actually really like to play with you, Noir.
I want to play with you too. I mean, I'm down. It's cool. It's whatever.
Bree.
Bree's fantastic.
This is an endless. Yeah,
I just had the blessing of being DM'd by Bree. Bree is an outstanding GM. Standing gold all the way around. Sorry, I just had to gush for a second.
And Drac, is who you want to play with?
Yeah, Drac. Possessor Roth. Another one.
Drac's going to be on the show next week.
Someone be that beautiful. It's so unfair.
Oh, Sephi.
Yeah, Sephi in the template.
Sephi doesn't know how to not be gorgeous at any given time.
Confirm.
I played a game with her, and her computer froze, and it was like a Vogue shoot. And I was just like, how?
Meanwhile, the rest of us mortals are just like...
You freeze with like the double chin. Half squinting, half blinking.
Half blink, yeah. So unfair.
It's very upsetting. But yeah, like they're just so many wonderful people out here that I haven't played with and that I want to play with, and like you are like absolutely on top of that list. Just it's really wild. My other question to you was, do you do this full time? Like, do you have like your civilian gig and then you do this as well?
No. So I'm freelance. Been freelance coming up to 2 years now. I am a game dev, so I'm actually working on 2 video games right now. I can't talk about them. I'm really sorry. I can't even tell you if they're sequels or anything like that. So I'm writing on one, and I did consulting over the summer for the other one, and I'm editing it as well.
Can you tell us
So I've
any
got
previous
that.
video games that you worked on?
So I've mentioned last year about how I worked on Destroy All Humans, the remake.
Yes!
I've worked on Battle Islands, Battle Ages, Payday 2, Terraria, Portal Knights.
Okay, you listed some
There's
of my
more.
you listed some games that I love. Some games that I wish that I wasn't bad at. Like, do you ever watch somebody play a game you worked on and just go, "Holy fuck"?
I mean, I'm not a game designer, so
Mhm.
no, so with Destroy All Humans, I got really upset because no one noticed because everyone was like listing what was new and what was different from the old games, and no one noticed that in the actual newspapers when you finish a mission, there's an actual article. No one noticed that they were different. Some people noticed them and read them, but they didn't notice that they were different. So I was a little bit upset. Just like, please read the articles. They're actually quite funny.
So now somebody has to do a let's play of Stray on Humans, and we have to put a focus on these articles, people. Let's get it. No, that's brilliant. Like I didn't know that you were so heavy into like actual video game design. When you say game design, I just imagine that's you working on TTRPG content.
No, I've been a game dev for 7 years now.
Oh,
Um, yeah, and that's my main gig. That's my big. But I also have my craft shop now. I also do editing work for actual books and novels. I'm doing my first TTRPG this year.
Hey.
Exciting. Yeah, I'm editing my first book. And I'll let you know which one that is as soon as it gets announced. So literally streaming was for fun. I didn't make it. I made a whole thread about it. I didn't make any money streaming. Zero. I spent money streaming because I'm extra like that. But streaming was just to have fun. Like I just wanted to take up space and be like, okay, I'm a high yellow out here, and look, here are other amazing people out here, and this is how you do it. Like that is the whole reason why I did streaming and streaming D&D, just to break up the sea of white was the only reason I got into that.
all of my favorite channels started with that goal. It's just like there's too many white boys out here.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know why that's so amusing. Everybody walked into the space. Enough with the white. Oh, my next question. My next question is: in TTRPGs, everybody does their best at accents, and a lot of the time, the go-to accent is the British UK general kind of accent. Does that annoy you?
Do I throw out an X card? It doesn't annoy me. I'm not trying to be diplomatic. I'm just trying to make sure I put my words out right.
Mm.
It doesn't annoy me. It just makes me cringe because they're really, really bad. I'm really sorry, Americans. Just like I did a Southern accent for my friend Buns because I really want a Southern accent, and she said it sounded French. But that was me trying to do American, and that's how you sound doing British. You just all over the country.
Oh yeah, it's very
It's just absolutely
very
everywhere.
broad.
That's why I stick with my
And,
shitty Wakanda accent.
So yeah, I'm really sorry, but yeah, it it is what it is, and I laugh at you, not with you. I'm really sorry. From my heart to you.
It's true. I was on one of the first stream games I was on last year. I was on Scrat's Academy with Scrat for Rotting Shadows, and I chose a British accent, and Scrat roasted me at every opportunity. Every opportunity. Sorry, what was that now? I'd have to repeat. Oh, okay. Just interesting. every opportunity.
Okay, if people want me to do my southern accent, you're gonna have to at least get a hype train going on this channel.
Oh,
That's my challenge
out.
for the year.
See, this is how we know we're dealing with a professional, because neither me or Anita thought to think that.
Sin says that it's not just the I want less white people, but also I want people who see me without me having to teach them how to.
Yeah,
because
I was involved with another community before I made Gold Heart, and that was a whole trip. And I was just like, I'm done, I'm out, bye.
Yeah, I have had experiences with other programming where it's just like, you're here to be the black guy, so be the black guy and shut up.
Oh no, there's a hype training coming. Wow, wait to call me out.
Yeah, I should have told you our chat is extraordinarily petty and volatile.
Okay, well we're at 44%. You've got 4 minutes.
Like there are people in this chat that live to make us suffer.
It's true.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it has to be level 5? No. Well.
Volatile, how dare volatile with love and respect.
Wow, let me go get my voice exercise, because I'm being shown up.
I adore Anita, but I'm here to bully Noir.
Alicia? God. Great. Awesome.
I like how y'all are doing this, but it's not bullying me. I don't gotta do shit. I'm not the one that challenged chat today. That was our guy.
Alicia and I still have our wager going. I hope you know.
What's the wager on?
It's the number that I gave her to sing on stream.
Oh.
If this is the moment that you decide to do this, Alicia, no, there will be consequences.
Oh, that's what cashing her chip in means. Getting you to sing on stream.
Yep.
Wow. You know what? This has been one of the only streams where chat hasn't really come at me today, and I'm here for it. It's a nice change of pace. Oh my god. Well, they are still
There
going.
were some backdoor dealings, Alien.
I challenged the wrong chat. Hey, I made this channel some money.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
No worries.
Oh my god. Yeah, this chat is they look for a reason.
I'm happy to give it to them.
I'm trying to make it a habit of asking all of my friends across the pond about that accent question. Because you're all very kind, and I've seen, nobody has really said anything about it, but every time I see a GM or somebody do a American, a English accent, I always see the wince of pain.
A little bit of light leave the eyes.
Yeah, it's this.
And it's always like a powerful, distinguished character. But I see you guys kind of look at this character like, this piece of shit.
I know, but because we're British, we'll never say it to your face.
No, it is so sweet. So it's my goal to give you all a release, to give you somewhere to just let it out. Like, knock that shit off. Find a different accent.
You know what? You do you. If you're happy doing your shitty British accent, then please continue doing your shitty British accent. Because I'm just going to come back and show you my very shitty Southern accent. So, we're at 78% right now. Once we get to that level 5, oh no, there we go. 99%, 100, level 5. You're going to hear my shitty Southern accent. I'm just going to give it back to you. So, please keep doing it.
I mean, that's kind of how I feel when people do the Chicago accent. it's just like, how fucking dare you? She don't know nothing about this life.
I mean, the one accent I've actually done on my channel is the Valley Girl accent, and the only way I make it work is because I have to flick my hair. It's the only way to make it come out, and it's quite funny. I make a lot of people laugh with that, but I'm working on a southern.
I feel like Valley Girls are, and I'm going to be very careful with my words here. The Valley Girl accent is so annoying. I don't think anybody's offended by it.
It's the vocal fry that you kind of have to go for.
No, so I'm like
the
90s Valley.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
the
like
upward
90s.
inflection on everything, like you're doing a question at the end of
Oh
every
my
sentence.
god. Okay, like, yeah, don't let's we don't have to. We all know what it is.
Oh yes, Alien, you're right. The Newfoundlander accent is a little bit different as well for people that don't listen to specific Canadian.
I'm sorry. I'm American. I don't even know what a Newfoundland is. No,
it's kind of the weirdest baby of Scottish and Irish and Welsh, with its own individual like slang and dialect. And
I think with French included, because you like hear a French word and you're like,
12. The number I picked is 12. I don't know why Alicia is asking me to pick a number. It's nothing good is gonna come from this.
well,
Nothing good
12.
is gonna. Yeah.
all right, so I'm gonna just quickly mute and I'm gonna go do my voice warm up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm
Okay.
gonna come back and I'm gonna.
I'll
have
pick up.
delivered.
That's 12
What?
subs to the community. Thank you, Alicia.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm
Very
gonna
good.
deliver because you did it, chat. Well done. I'm very proud of you. Give me a second.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. If I was from the UK, I would just use the accent to impress people. There's nothing more slick than a black person with that English accent. Like every time Drac talks, I'm like, damn, why not me? Why don't I have that?
Please read the phone book.
That being a black dude with an English accent brings you that much closer to being Idris Elba. That's all I want in life, is to be Idris Elba.
Yes,
Okay.
Alicia, only needed to do 6. Are we ready?
But I mean, this accent's got me in trouble a few times. Like I remember one stream that I joined for one episode. It was supposed to be 4, and I dropped out. I came in, and they were like, "Oh, you're doing an accent! Wow! Like, is that your character?" And I'm like, "No, this is just how I talk. This is you just sound like this. Sorry to disappoint." Oh, you're British. That's mind blowing. Yes, we have black people in England. We have lots, actually. I'm fifth generation.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was way older than I should have been when I realized that there were black people. I was way old. Like the first time I saw a brother with an accent, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Where did he come from? Who's he doing that?
So many of us. So many. Go to London. Like we have whole areas dedicated to black people. All right, so here we go. Can't believe I'm doing this live on stream. What happens? Keep your mouth shut, yeah. Have you seen me make my cakes? Little napkins, little napkins. I haven't quite got the draw yet, but I'm working on it.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
That's kind of like a very smooth Southern accent.
You did better than Daniel Craig in Knives Out, I'll tell you that much.
Oh my goodness, such compliment.
Yeah,
now,
Joe's
what
coming
we
out.
have here is I can't even do it. I'm from the state.
It's sort of something you can go a little bit more.
Get
like
those
this.
clipping fingers ready.
Yeah.
I told you, our chat is petty as fuck. The greatest British sci-fi sitcom of all time has 2 black protagonists. What show is that?
That would be Red Dwarf.
Did not know that.
Oh my god, there's a clip. Don't you dare put that on Twitter. I will disown you. I will block you so quick.
AJ's about to get jumped. I'm Queen Petty, fear me. The immediate. I feel the need to apologize to our guests for our audience.
No, I'm having a blast. This is just
We
what
got
I
little
needed to
gremlins all over the place.
I feel like I'm home.
AJ, no! You're gonna get canceled.
Oh god. Oh my god. Okay, so let's see. How have you dealt with, running a channel, and like right now there seems to be we're in a point where more and more people are deciding to leave Dungeons and Dragons. Do you have a take on that? Or what are your thoughts on that? Because I know that there are people that are refusing to play that system now, and I know that you already had your open letter to WotC, so I'm very curious as to your take on how this is all going down in the community.
So people have known that wizards have their issues from time. Like, it's dated. It's been dated since the 90s. Like, you knew this. Like, no one should be surprised. And I'm really thankful, actually, for people boycotting wizards, because if they didn't, I wouldn't have had new systems to learn. Because I've made threads many years ago about teaching me new systems, and people are like, yeah, totally, we'll do that. And they never did. And now, because this has happened, I've learned so many other systems. I got my hands on the Cypher system. I got to play Cortex. I got to try out Apocalypse. What else have I done? I got to try out so many mini indie games, like Firebrands, which I love. The Goodyear, which is now my go-to party game if I can't get Jackbox going for whatever reason. I got the opportunity to finally, people stepped up to the mark and finally taught me the games that I've been asking for. Do I care people are boycotting wizards? No. Is it going to stop me playing 5e? Probably not. Just because 5e was my first system. I have very good memories playing games. And the way I play 5e is I have all these books. And, I've run Curse of Strahd, Out of the Abyss. Curse of Strahd, Out of the Abyss, Descent into Avernus. There's some others as well. I can't remember. I've done a lot. Okay.
I think that your Descent into Avernus is the game that I caught you on.
I rewrote that whole book. I bought the book. I opened the book. I read the book, and then I went, well, I'm not using any of that. And then I rewrote my whole story, but just using the same NPCs. So there's people that have already been doing the work of changing 5e to be what it needs to be without wizards, and I'm willing to support those people and their creations. I'm a DM's Guild and an Addicts. I've bought way too much on that store. And I think the thing that upsets me the most about the boycott is not people choosing not to, but demonizing people that choose to remain behind.
Yeah, and that's been the difficulty for me as well. It's very hard to make that choice to play 5e when you know that some of your friends are going to equate you to something that you're not because of that choice, And I think that that's one of the things that I wish that we could have a more open and earnest conversation about, because it's just, it gets very icky.
Like
the
some people have
discourse.
their entire livelihoods tied up in 5e because it is and still is the biggest TTRPG system in the world. It's recognizable. Like the minute I took D&D out my handles, my growth stopped, and I was like, brilliant! This is the secret to stop my numbers going above that 4K mark. I'll just stop talking about D&D, and you can't be messing with people's money like that. And okay, you do you. You don't want to use them for any of the millions of reasons that there is. But some people don't have a choice. Like I waited 26 years to learn how to play a tabletop game. I wanted to play D&D since I was a little girl, and I saw the D&D cartoon. My mom was like, "Oh yeah, D&D, I know D&D," and I was obsessed. I read the Drist books before I even knew that it was based out of D&D. I was just like, Dungeons and Dragons. Oh my god, it's got dark elves. I love dark elves. I waited till I was 26 to finally be invited to a table and have someone show me how to do it and build the games. And that's how I learn. Like, you have to show me. Otherwise, the information doesn't stick. It becomes muscle memory. And when you don't have those opportunities, when you can't just go to a game store, when you can't go to a convention to try out the demos, 5e is very accessible, especially with their starter kit.
Yeah.
Because that's how I started with the starter kit. We did the starter kit adventure. And until, Pathfinder, that's the other big one, I bought the Cypher book. I tried to read the Cypher book. I got, I don't know, 4 pages in, and I was like, wow, this is a lot. Why do I have to keep flicking back and forth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cypher is...
It's a great GM system.
Yeah.
It's not great for players.
If you are running a game in Cypher system, you pick the parts of the book that you want to read, and then you read those parts specifically, and you can ignore the rest.
Yeah. But as a player, it's really, really hard to digest.
It is.
And so, I'd like people to stop shaming people for just liking what they like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I mean...
It's not a purity test. Like, your hobbies don't make you who you are. Here we go. Spoiler alert. I don't like Star Wars. I don't even like the originals.
How dare... No, I'm just kidding. I don't get
like, if you like it, my partner did love Star Wars. Not so much anymore. And, he would tell me about the Star Wars stuff, and I'd be like, that's really, really cool, darling. I love you, but I'm not interested. And we don't have to be our hobbies. We are more than just, the stuff that we enjoy. You can love a terrible movie. My favorite movie is the Super Mario Brother movie. It's the worst movie ever made. I love it. Yes. I love it to death.
That hurt my heart. How? Oh.
Listen, that movie actually, we have a lot to thank for the Super Mario Brothers movie. It is the first film that was... the specific way that film was shot is the way that all movies after it are shot. Previous movies all had Technicolor. It is the first movie that was shot just in full color. Yeah.
That's so amazing. I didn't know that. I love that movie more.
We really just don't sit here and say positive things about this film.
Yeah, damn right.
Okay.
But, you're allowed to not like it. I'm allowed to like it. Like, we don't have to be the sum of our hobbies.
I love that somebody likes it. I don't understand. But I love that.
I don't understand why people like Star Wars. It's really, really convoluted, and it's just like it's a soap opera in space with shiny light sticks. Don't quite get it.
That was kind of funny. Leoni could have said, Howard the Duck. Let's be grateful.
How dare.
Howard the Duck wasn't... Never mind.
No.
I was about to be like, Anita, I just had somebody compliment Mario. I cannot. I physically cannot handle anything nice being said about Howard the Duck right now.
I'm going to get close to the microphone here, and I'm going to say that Howard the Duck is underrated.
I'm going to get real close to the mic real quick, and I'm going to say that in that movie, a duck fucked a human woman.
I'm also going to point to B-movie.
What about B-movie? I've never seen B movie. No. 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 What?
There were duck boobs in Howard the Duck. Correct. Someone took the time to make a puppet that had duck boobs.
Well, let's not talk about puppets and boobs right now.
That's true. That's kind of a hot button issue.
Oh.
Oof.
I've seen
What's
so much
going
drama
on?
in this space.
It's been a weird year. It's been a really weird year.
We're
And
only
we're
on
in
the 6th of
February.
February.
And like I'm in a show with puppets. Like I'm in a Degree of Madness. So like we had just a real quick talk like, so there's another puppet show. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Let's see. And then I looked and I was like, no.
You know what? I actually have no issue with the Muppets or the Muppet Memories, as I like to call them.
Wriggle rack.
Yes, nice. I have no issue with it. My issue is with the fish.
With the content.
Yeah.
Mm.
The content. It's real assaulting.
Yeah.
What I'll say.
Probably.
And I'll just leave it at that, you know.
Yeah.
God bless, you know, to each their own, I guess.
You know, that stuff stopped being funny in the 90s. Like, can we stop with this dated stuff?
You know,
I'm not a drink. I feel like I need to drink it in the hard liquor.
We're just tiptoeing over this really awkward ass show that nobody asked for. Not a single, like, this reminds me of that meme. No one, not a single soul. Wizards of the Coast. Take a look at our show.
That's a tweet. Put it out now before someone does it. Do it.
No, y'all can have that. I'm still trying to get picked up for a show. I just hope they don't watch this shit.
Yeah, we've got some clips on this channel that Watsy might not want to look too close
I'll be
at.
like, why don't Dungeons and Dragons put me in a show? Also, flashback to me talking shit about their weird puppet.
You listen. The ultimate form of love is to critique. It's really important to critique the things you love. Like, it doesn't mean you love them less.
True. That is true. I feel like with Wizards of the Coast resources, they could be putting out. Here's what bothers me. What bothers me is the best show with Dungeons and Dragons. Some of the best shows I've seen with Dungeons and Dragons don't come from WotC or have WotC support. Like, the best show that they have is Rivals. And Rivals is amazing. But, like, I feel like they don't push as hard as they could.
Which was the whole point of my letter. And that actually got sent up. So, you know, probably the whole reason why I've never been picked up by Wizards is obviously because I wrote that letter. But, you know, you critique the things you love. And, you know, I'm going to bring back Descent into Avernus once, you know, I get my channel sorted out. And it's not an attack to be asked to do better. Like,
I that's what I keep. But people just can't handle the criticisms. And, like,
as someone who works in the games industry, and the stories I can tell you about some of your most favorite games, just be amazed that games get made at all. The mismanagement, the chaos, like, good games happen by accident. There's no secret. It's not good management, they're accidents. They are miracles, because every game, I've worked in 20 studios now, and they're all accidents, because every studio runs the same. They have way too many producers, everyone's crunching, everyone's tired, everyone hates the thing, no one plays the game. The only person that plays the games is the testers, and they're just doing the checks to make sure it actually gets put on a console. And when a good game comes out, it is an absolute accident. And it probably works the same in big corporate TTRPGs as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, let's take a look at the biggest clusterfuck I think I've ever seen in a AAA release, Cyberpunk. Like,
I predicted that. So I know I smirked, but my partner, like, there was that whole love and adoration for CD Projekt Red after Witcher 3. And everyone's like, they can do no wrong. And I looked at my partner, I was like, the next game they're going to release is going to be a flop. Because of that public expectation. Even if that game had another years of polish, it would have still flopped for completely different reasons.
Really? Well, I mean, yeah, the expectations after Witcher 3 were insanely high, but the goodwill that they've gotten from the quality of their DLC and everything, I thought they would try and emulate that with their next project. And boy, did they not.
Yeah.
That was not the case.
I predicted that one, but they can come back from it because, it was the Arkham games that did it for, I forget what the name of that company is. It was Rome Total War. It was Rome Total War for that other company, and then they had all the goodwill from Alien Isolation. Then they patched it later. No Man's Sky is another one that's bounced back.
Yeah, in a big way. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Kudos to that team.
Yeah, so, if they put in the work, they can totally bounce back, and that game may be playable in a few years' time. I mean, I'm not going to play it because it's just not my type of game. I'm very much into the whole fantasy RPG genre. I don't like futuristic stuff.
I'm not playing it for a number of reasons. I don't really like this cyberpunk aesthetic.
Same.
Like, I don't like the cyberpunk aesthetic or like the Fallout kind of aesthetic of like.
Same.
Yeah, it's just not my bag, which is another reason that I don't really play like Borderlands, because that shares the same kind of Fallout aesthetic. But the only thing that they had that made me want to play even a little bit was Keanu Reeves. Not gonna lie, I love Keanu, but listening to some of his VO dialogue, I'm like, oh, never mind.
Is it another Peter Dinklage? That wizard came from the moon?
Oh.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
You know what? I'm going to probably look this up afterwards.
Yeah, you should. He delivers the line like somebody coming to pick up a check.
That's the thing is, a lot of stage actors I've found don't know how to act in a voice booth.
So in a voice booth, when you're doing games, and I actually was part of this for Destroy All Humans, there is so much direction. So one of my jobs for Destroy All Humans was to go through line by line and set the mood, and to give every line both a context of what came before it and what comes after it, and that's called a beat outline. And then you write character scripts where you give this whole character a whole like life story. And I wrote a couple of those, and there's this one sergeant that you can play in the beginning, and I wrote him a whole story of like who he was, what his goals and achievements were. And if you don't have those, then it doesn't even matter if you have a great actor. They're going to flop their lines because they have no direction. And luckily the writing team for Destroy All Humans, when they were doing recording the dialogue, they were there in the booth going, no, this is wrong. You need to deliver it like this, because they wrote the lines. And if a company also doesn't do that, because some game company don't respect their writers, that also doesn't happen. And so you can flop that way. And I think that's what happened with Peter Dinklage and that game. There was just Destiny, no direction. Yeah.
You're a metal ball in space leading the main character. Go.
You're right, that's it.
There was Wizard on the Moon.
What are you supposed to do with that?
I mean, I think they put too much stock in the actor, which is like.
Well, I mean, they wound up having to dub over all his lines with Nolan North, who is a consummate professional and knows how to act in a booth for a game, right?
And they probably also went, oh yeah, shit, we better write some direction out this time round.
Yeah, because it didn't bring back.
I mean, I like to think that mistake comes from, as a compliment. There are people that are like, man, they're so good they can read a phone book. Well, I don't think that there's anybody that's so good they can read a phone book. Like, I think that there needs to be context.
Say that was a budget. I would say that's a budget issue. Speaking from experience, that's a budget issue. So they kind of forgot about it when it came time to compile the script out of the game dialogue, and they went, "Oh no, we don't have time. We gotta launch in 3 weeks." Yeah, don't worry, it's Peter Dinklage. That's what I imagine happened.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
So we have no more writing budget.
So you have been in the world of game design and game production and TTRPG stream production a little. Well, not a little. Of course, you're producing one of the best shows he's got out right now. So my question is, which side has more drama? Give me the tea. Which side is just like, oh God, this is going to be a headache?
Oh boy.
They're exactly the same, but I experience more TTRPG drama because game devs don't air their shit on Twitter. We do it at our conventions where we go to the parties with the free drinks and everyone's on cocaine. Yeah, that's a real thing. I was very shocked and a little bit frightened. And then you get all the drama. All the drama plays out in one evening.
Oh.
And you're just there sipping your free drink. It's cheap beer, but it's free. Who cares? You're gonna get drunk tonight. You've been crunching all year, and this is your one night off. Yeah, that it all comes out then. But with TTRPGs, it's like it comes out just as it's happening. Games dev, it's one day, yeah, and it's exactly the same level.
It's
just compressed.
It's just compressed
Rather
into
spread
one
out.
night where everyone's either on drugs or drunk.
God, I never want to see this community drunk and coked out in the same room with each other because I'm pretty sure that'll lead to a murder. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, the next con that we wind up having to go to.
Well, people are going to let loose. I don't know.
Oh my God, it's going to be gross.
I'm just saying that people have been in quarantine for a while.
Yeah, we're free. We're free.
Oh no, I think I might sit the first con out. Everybody's too like, I feel like we've all, to some degree, lost, or our social muscles have atrophied a little bit. Because I've gone outside just to like get mail or something, and I see my neighbor, and we'll look at each other and just go right back in the apartment. It's like, shit, it's another person. Just move slowly away.
I've actually been in lockdown nearly a year, apart from a couple of times where I had to go out for like emergencies. And yeah, I went outside. It was a really rough day. I went and had an actual cigarette despite quitting. And then I was out there, and then the person walked past, and my brain literally went, ah! They went, morning. No, it's just like,
It's like you have stranger danger now.
yeah.
And so you want all of us nerds to meet in one spot.
We're already socially awkward.
We were already fucking nerdy. Like, not knowing how to talk to each other, anxiety-filled messes. And we're gonna meet up for the first time. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I want to be in that area.
Battlescar Bunny, the first convention is going to be called Death Bull Con.
You know what? I think that convention, I'll find someone who's going. I'll tape an iPad to a Bluetooth little wheelie cart and just drive myself around it. Just like, hi, just FaceTime, just. No germs. It's cool. Don't
I
steal
mean,
me.
I mean, so have you been to? I mean, you've been in this space for a while. Have you been to any TTRPG conventions? And
I've
do
been to
people
ones here.
recognize you when you're there?
I've been to ones in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people recognize me. Sometimes people point and stare, but I think they just do that anyway because this is how I present in the real world.
So people shoot they shot at you like, "Hey, how you doing?"
I mean, whenever I go anywhere, I usually bring my partner with me anyway, and he's like X-Forces, 6 foot.
Do you not know how to hang out with any dude that doesn't know how to kill people?
I mean, listen, I'm really into a villain, okay? I like that strong energy. What can I say? But I'm just like, no, I don't know how to. You know,
your dad, you like walking down the aisle is literally two of the deadliest motherfuckers in the world.
what can I say? I just radiate danger and energy, and they just draw to me.
Nope, couldn't be. Oh no!
I appreciate it. I just had this vision in my head of the first con being all of us in plastic bubbles or all of us in Pokemobiles.
Yo, do you know how much those bubbles where you run down a soccer field and bump into each other?
Yeah.
You know how awesome that would be for a con?
Yeah.
It'd be terrible for the merch section.
Oh, yeah.
Just dice and book bags and miniatures flying all over the place. But that'd be sick.
You just grab the things and you bring them into the bubble, you sanitize them a little bit, and then they roll around in the bubble with you.
Oh, I love it. That would sound so good.
Hamster ball con.
Hamster.
Yeah, let's do that. I mean, if there is going to be a con, I really hope there's a ball. I've got some masquerade masks that need wearing. I've got some ball gowns that need wearing. I want to get me some giant 3-foot antlers that I can glitter gold. Like,
I
knew you were gonna bring them.
Yeah.
Are you gonna bring out your antlers? You're gonna bring out your antlers. I knew she was gonna do that. Yeah, she does. For our Second City Savior game, her hero turns into a deer with golden antlers and golden eyes. It has super speed.
I am so excited for these. Oh, I love them.
My taters.
There's ones that are 3D printed. It's by the same person that did my horns. I don't know if you've ever seen my demon horns that I painted. They also do big antlers, and I would have to be like down here just to fit them in the screen. They're massive, and I just want to go at them with glitter. I would regret it afterwards because glitter is the devil, but they would look so good.
Second City, where Nora just keeps throwing stuff at us and doesn't let us breathe. That's correct, AJ.
Wow, you see my players come in here just to complain at me. Get good, scrub. And apparently our chat is also working out the logistics of Hamster Ball Con.
Yes. Dork Lord
Canada has been a volunteer to host.
You're correct. We could probably host it in Regina or Saskatoon. They're both big and flat.
So I think it's just about time for us to take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna delve into that guy section, because I am very curious to hear what you have about. Oh, you don't know that? I can't wait.
We haven't pitched it yet.
I know, it's gonna be fantastic.
Okay. We're gonna go on a quick 10-minute break, 5 to 10 minutes, and we will be back. Bye.
Right, bye.
I have a quick question. Are you doing those transitions manually?
Yes, I need to get a stream deck.
Yes, please do.
I will.
Wait, what's Stream Deck?
I have an extra tablet lying around, and I'm going to get one of the Stream Deck, so that way.
That's that.
Yeah.
You can do it on your phone as well. It's actually pretty good. I used that before I actually got my Stream Deck.
Nice.
But yeah, you'll make your life so much easier.
I know. It's the waiting and then the clicking rather than I could just push a button for this rather than actually like.
Yeah.
Are you serious? That's what Stream Deck does?
Yeah.
Yeah, like all my transitions now. I'm like, okay, we're going live. Press a button. Everyone's muted. Everything sings. Sounds all good. And then it plays all the scenes. It does my intro. It plays the audio. And then it transitions in. And then I go hi, and you just do that all with a click of a button.
Oh shit! I'm about to buy a Stream Deck, yeah.
Yeah, get one. It does so much.
But if you have a tablet, there's also an app that you can download that does the exact same thing, and it's compatible with OBS.
But the Stream Deck looks so pretty and it's shiny.
It's true.
You could just put your phone in a stand. It looks exactly the same.
But it's so shiny. It has LED.
All right, I'm frightened now. Why is chat asking you if you're asking the question?
Oh. It's the...
Okay, I know. Okay. So, Leoni, there is a movement of people who have decided that they want to partake in the forbidden candy, which they take dice and crunch them, just chewing on dice. Now, there's two movements that have risen from this. There's the crunch crew, which are the people that support putting dice in your mouth and chewing on them. And then there are the stop the crunchers, who think that this is disgusting. You don't put dice in your mouth, you're fucking up your teeth, and that's gross. And then you've got the cowards who are too afraid to commit to either side.
Crunch responsibly.
So, no, cowards. So, the question that the chat is asking me to ask you is, what side of this war are you on?
So I'm going to tell you something. I'm a dice collector.
Uh-huh.
I have 450 sets. Some of them you can see up here. These are just my favorites. What side do you think I'm on?
I would say that as someone who clearly has a respect for dice and such an esteemed collection, that you would not chew on them.
What does chat think?
Oh.
Chat, what side do you think Leoni is on?
Because I got some vintage desk dice just right here. You can't even get these anymore.
Yeah.
They just live here. And they just live here on my desk. I also got a stand right there with some of my favorite jams. Can
we go ahead and make a poll? Let's do this the right way. Let's give them a minute to decide if Leoni is
and then I'll tell you
or not crunch. Stop the crunch. I truly believe I need you to be stop the crunch.
Don't forget that there is also Abria, who is a crunch arms dealer.
Yeah, Abria came on here, because she works at a dice company. She is feeding the cruncher's addiction by making the dice look more and more appealing, because if they crunch it, then they have to buy more of them. So she's the crunch pusher, which is disgusting. Shame on you, Abria. Shame. And then Brandon Lee Mulligan comes off here. Never meet your heroes. I asked him, man, I need you on a definitive side here, sir. Your voice is very influential. And he's all like, whatever makes you happy. No, Brennan.
Also, Brennan has been caught eating dice on camera as they were candy dice. The poll is live.
No, that's crunching. Look, no. I'm sick of this being a thing. If you eat edible dice, that's crunching. Crunching is when you're putting inedible dice in your mouth. So let's stop confusing the two. I'm sorry to get so passionate and upset right now, but y'all don't understand. This shit is gross. All right, you don't put dice in your mouth. What are we, children? I need you to be able to stop the crunch. You don't understand. I've been let down. B. Dave Walters sparked my hope in humanity because I was like, hey, fam, what do you think? He was like, ugh, that's gross. I was like, you goddamn right. And that's why you B. Dave Walters.
Wow.
I washed my dice this week. Ugh. Let's see. We've got 67% have voted that you are Stop the Crunch. So Stop the Crunch wins at 67%. 33% of our audience thinks that you are crunch responsibly. Please tell us which side.
Nobody voted for Crunch Crew.
Crunch Crew. Nobody should vote for Crunch Crew. Shit's gross.
I am Stop the Crunch.
Yes!
That shit is disgusting. Do you know where your hands have been and you touch them? Do you wash your dice? Do you wash your dice once a week? Dice are for rolling and looking at and being pretty. Keep them out your mouth. They're a choke hazard. You're setting a bad example for children. Stop it. It's disgusting.
Stop it, you sickos. Shit's gross.
It is. It's disgusting. No.
Stop that shit.
I chew bits of plastic. Like, if there's like a lid of something, like I'm looking on my desk right now, I have like a ton of bottles on here with no lids because I chew them. But dice have never gone in my mouth.
Yeah, who does that? Who does that? The poll never showed up for me, otherwise Crunch would have had a vote. You know what? It didn't show up for Crunch just because y'all are gross.
The other question is mac and cheese, fork or spoon?
I've never had mac and cheese.
There you go.
Sorry, I'm bougie.
That's fair.
Yo, that's the biggest flex I've ever seen in my life. I popped my back.
Ooh, my back click. Yeah, my back clicks as well. Thank you for that.
Oh, I needed that.
You know what? If dice are chocolate dice, they're not for rolling. They're for eating. Like, they're clearly, like, you know, if you have soap dice, you're not going to crunch soap dice because soap is disgusting. You know, you got to bathe with it. Like,
water cup.
Like, use the dice as they are supposed to be used.
Thank you. Stop that crunch.
Stop the crunch.
Kelsey goes, wait, I think that just broke my brain a little. You never had mac and cheese?
No, I've never had mac and cheese. I've also never had cornbread.
What?
Firstly, I'm Jamaican Caribbean, and as far as the food I've ever eaten has never had cornbread in it. I would really like to taste it. I've also never had chicken and waffles.
I've never had chicken and waffles either.
But you know, all these people are like, what? Okay. Have you ever had a saltfish fritter?
I don't even know what the fuck that.
Right?
We get dunked on, chat. We get dunked on together. Me either. That's almost impossible to get in my country. What country are you from, Shinobi, and what's hard to get there?
But yeah, there are so many like American foods I really want to check out. Like, I really want
deep dish pizza.
I don't like pizza. I'm sorry. I really want a chicken fried steak. Like, that sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Not as good as deep dish pizza, but it's pretty good.
This is the Chicago.
I really want to try chicken and waffles. I want chicken and waffles. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I'd like to try mac and cheese, but keep that pink shit that you recently released from me away from me. I also...
Fuck you, Hoosier.
What else? Tell, give me some more American foods.
All right, let's see. Have you ever had Taco Bell?
Yes, in the UK it was disgusting. And also not spicy. What is that shit?
Yeah, Taco Bell's not generally spicy unless you put the hot sauce on it.
No, I did. It was the five chilies, and I was just like, "Hello, taste. Hello."
That's fair.
Let's see. Have you ever had an Italian beef?
Or Philly
A
cheesesteak.
what? Yes, I have, but probably not a proper one.
No.
Like I've had one that I've made.
Okay, we got to get you an Italian beef over here.
Okay.
Let's see. Have you had a pork chop sandwich?
Yes, but not out of like deliberate. I was lazy. I had pork chops. I put the pork chop in bread. It's
Okay.
it's a very British thing to put just everything in between bread, and then
Yes,
it becomes a meal.
Like a chip buddy.
So good.
Ryan asked, have you ever had jambalaya?
Yes, I have.
Gumbo?
Yes.
Was it good gumbo? I asked the question.
Yeah, it was actually.
Okay.
A Reuben sandwich.
No.
Okay.
I thought Reuben's came from the UK.
Well, maybe it's a different name.
So it's corned beef, sauerkraut, and Thousand Island dressing. Occasionally Swiss cheese.
No, that kind of sounds
Occasionally
disgusting.
Swiss.
Always Swiss cheese. You're right.
I was about to be
No,
like,
that doesn't sound nice.
putting everything between
Buns,
cars
don't you dare start that gravy conversation. No. Stop
Wait,
it.
who's going on?
Buns is exposing me out here.
Gravy.
Me and Buns have had whole fights over breakfast gravy.
Gravy needs to be brown. Why is gravy white in the States?
Yeah, gravy has to be brown.
Then how you gonna eat a country fried steak if you don't like white gravy?
Yeah, gravy is different in the UK and in Canada because.
Cheers. I mean, gravy is actually gravy and not some weird
Not
flour
roux and then.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
roux. I
Yeah.
hate
American
roux.
gravy is nothing. The fuck did you just say, AJ?
It's
Social
true.
chocolate, but you know.
What do you mean it's true?
It's true.
Our gravy is fire.
You need. You can't have. You cannot have.
Hold on. Am I about to be the sole American up in this motherfucker that's not to go? Hold
Until
on,
you've
hold-
had like a good brown gravy, like on some chips or on some fries.
I taught Buns how to make the gravy. Buns, please tell chat how good the gravy was.
Yeah, you use
That's another thing.
either the beef
My
drippings or the
ignorant
drippings from
American-
your chicken.
My ignorant American is about to come out because they're French fries, not chips.
They are chips.
These are chips.
And what you call chips? No, they're crisps.
Crisps.
These are chips.
Punkle will fight with you for the honor of sausage gravy.
Thank you. I'm not finna let y'all disrespect one of the few things we got right in this country, which is our gravy.
Debatable, but okay. Go on.
Debatable. Yeah, very debatable. 2 against 1. I'm
AJ,
sorry,
I've
Ryan,
seen
you're
how
gonna win.
actual gravy is made, and I'm ashamed. Yes, that's true.
AJ, shut the whole. You know what? First off, time out. You from New York. You wouldn't know good food if it slapped you in the face. So I don't want to hear it.
We
You
were at
leave,
our first
you
fight
leave
with the chat.
good food to the Midwest and the South.
Hey, we made it like a whole nearly 2 hours without.
Over there with your greasy as shit pizza.
Oh no, not the pizza. Here we go.
Oh, jump on the frustrated Chicago. Come over here so I can slap you with the actual good pizza and change your life. I'm sorry that you got me doing this in front of our guests. I'm sorry that you had to see that. Shut
No,
up
it's
about
alright.
greasy pizza. Kelsey, don't start it.
With how floppy New York pizza is, it has slapped in the face. You're right, Punkle, and you should say it.
That's right. Ride or die, Punk. Ride or die. Let's go.
Look, Buns, look what you have caused now with your gravy question.
Better lace up your tips. We find out. Bunny, are you from New York? Because I'm sorry.
No, Buns is
You
not
must
from
be
New
so
York.
hungry.
You all. I love you all dearly. As a sole Canadian in this fight. I'm just sitting back here. Just,
Being a pacifist.
yeah, vibing, living my best life.
I'm just saying, our gravy is dope. And
No.
I'm just going to also say that you do not put that gravy on a poutine.
It's a poutine.
You know what, Noel?
Poutine?
When we meet, I'm gonna make you real food with real gravy, and you'll never look back.
I need to get you up here so that way you can have a poutine.
I need y'all to understand. I am from Chicago. We have amazing food here. Have y'all heard of Maxwell Street? Do y'all know what that is?
Yes. Cypher of Tears always ordering delicious food, and I'm like sitting there at 2 a.m, just being like, please.
Our hot dog alone shuts down your entire countries.
Well, can any of them hold up to a good roast dinner?
Good roast dinner with the Yorkshire puddings made just perfectly.
Have y'all ever had a muffalata? If you haven't had a muffalata, y'all can all stop talking. All right, you go to New Orleans one time and order a muffalata, change your life. I'll confess one thing and one thing alone. There's only one place that I've ever been to that has better food than Chicago, and that's New Orleans. So if Chicago loses, I'm hopping on the New Orleans train, and we gonna win that one. All right, I don't want to hear this talk.
Chicago dogs are actually really good, though.
You goddamn right they are.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures.
Can't confirm. They're very
A hot dog cannot shut down a country. You about to make me face some shit about New York. You don't make me go.
So, let's dive into...
I'll put gross ass sauerkraut on hot dogs. Fucking nasty.
Anyways. Y'all. So, let's direct this energy.
Okay, good, because I'm like, we just forgot we were doing a show for a second.
Let's just direct this energy into that guy portion of the show.
Right.
Let's direct our anger where it belongs. On mediocre white men.
I feel like this section's very dangerous for me.
It might be. So, if you have had the pleasure of being in the TTRPG community, chances are you've experienced someone who is at your table that is a black hole of fun. Someone who, if they were yeeted into the sun, would increase your enjoyment of the experience 100-fold. This is what we on this show call a that guy. In our previous sections, we have had that guys who have bitten people in the neck and then pretended they didn't. We've had that guys who made gross comments to people at game stores. We have had railroaders or DMs who kill their players for fun. Just all sorts of negative, unfun shit. So what we're doing is we're collecting that data and these stories from our guests, and we're creating basically a monster manual for that guys, called the That Guy Bible: How to Identify and Destroy the That Guy at Your Table. So with that setup, do you have a that guy story that you have lived through
Names can
that you
be
would like to
protect
share
the
with
innocent
us?
or the guilty.
I mean, you say that guy. Put plural on it.
We've had that too.
I'm going to choose one particular that guy who is the bane of my existence. Not so much. Existence doesn't mean that much anymore. This particular guy likes to say all the right things. You know, they retweet all the threads from Black people. And, you know, they make big standing gestures of what they're going to do. But that guy doesn't follow them. In fact, that guy likes to fetishize you and say things like, "Oh my God, Leoni, your character is just so tsundere. I'm really into that." Or, "Yeah, I totally have a thing for dark elves." This guy likes to, when challenged about their behavior, or in particular to erasure of your work, likes to, instead of just fixing the tweet and giving you credit, just deletes it, pretends it never happened. This guy likes to pitch games to you where it sounds like it's an ultimate spy fun game, and then without consent or consulting you or even including it into the pitch, just decides to throw eugenics in there for shits and giggles. This guy,
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
you challenge this guy on a particular player behavior when they said something and did something quite racist. And this guy would like to gaslight you for 16 hours straight until you're tired. About how this never happened, it's totally a misunderstanding, that's not how it seems, etc., etc., etc. This guy likes to speak to POC about their advice on how to fix their racist connotations of characters, and then not take any of the advice and then go, "But you didn't give me a chance when they had a year." This guy likes to delete their Twitter when they get called out for their behavior, then comes back and rebrands under a whole new name, and then block every POC that can call them out on it.
Ooh.
That's just some of the stuff I can think of at the top of my head without going into my list of grievances. There's enough. That's enough there for you.
Yeah, this guy is
a performance artist.
Very.
I like that for the name. So
very performative.
We're gonna call that guy the performance artist. Seems has a very good ally persona. That very is good just ally that. Persona. Apex that guy. Yuck. Yeah. I feel like those are the most dangerous. I mean, because if that guy that you're dealing with is obviously a piece of shit, it's easy to go in with your guard up and kind of brace for it,
you never see this guy coming.
Yeah. This guy sounds like he's in your groups, he's in your chats. You
watch his streams, you're probably following him.
He might even be a fan of this segment, which is very strange. Like that guys could consume
the sleeper that guy.
That's a really good
the Manchurian that guy.
Wow. That's insidious.
That is rough. That is.
The experience rocked me to my foundation. I've been a community manager. I've had people say all types of terrible things to me.
Battlestar Bunny, he will clip this and use it in his arguments about how he has changed.
Buns knows who it is. Oh, that guy will tell a PSC person that they will totally handle their ticket, and then when that person goes to the con, be like, oops, I forgot. Also, the panel's not happening.
Ally Sona.
Oh, Buns, that's such a good name.
Yeah.
I like that.
Kelsey came up with it.
Elsie, sorry, I missed.
That's
Let
all
me
right.
put my glasses on because my vision's starting to go.
Hate myself for this a little bit. I like to think of as Ally Sona. Oof.
No, that's so good.
Okay,
That
how
is
did you get
good.
more fabulous when you put the glasses on?
You mean my broken glued glasses
Oh,
because my
please.
meatlings are evil and they grabbed my glasses and threw them on the floor? Yeah, let me just move them down so I don't have to glare.
Yeah, the Ally Sona.
Well, Ally Soda, I like that.
Whew.
That's the nightmare. Like, yeah, I have a genuine fear of finding out that people that I support or even look up to fall into that category. That's why, like, no matter how dope somebody is, there's always that like 5% of me that's just like waiting. I mean, let's be honest. As Black people, when it comes to our interactions with white people, there's always that little bit of you that's kind of like waiting.
For that shoe to drop.
Oh my goodness. So I didn't used to be like that. I used to trust wholeheartedly. I used to be a lot more active in the community than I am now. And since this situation happened, it broke my trust. It didn't break my spirit because I'm made of tougher stuff than that. But it broke my trust. And it's only now that I'm just starting to trust again. Like I know who my friends are. I know who the good people are. Like you can recognize the red flags. Like the biggest red flag is look who follows them. If not a single Black person follows this person, they're not a good person. It's not who they're following, it's who follows them back. Because we just have a sixth sense about this.
And it's terrible that you have to have that sixth sense because it's almost like a preservation instinct that you need to have in order to survive in this space.
Yeah, like I said, it nearly broke me. It nearly broke me. It nearly took me out. It nearly took out quite a few people.
That's such bullshit. Like I hate hearing shit like that because that confirms the fear that the like 2% of me has whenever I deal with anybody that's not Black. It's just like I'm waiting for the shank.
But the thing is I'm really thankful for the Whisper Network. Like, the Black Whisper Network. Like, you end up hearing who's not good. Oh yes, I heard from so and so who's heard it from so and so, and they were told by so and so, because that Whisper Network, you just find out, and you usually find out before stuff actually happens down. And it's preservation. It's the only way that we can exist in this space.
I mean, and that is a credit to the Black creators in this space that I feel like it's an unspoken agreement where we have to look after each other because nobody else really is going to, and we've all been in a lot of the unfortunate, uncomfortable, or just unfair situations that being a Black person in this space can have you end up in, So I'm very grateful for that Whisper Network, and I'm very sorry that we had to deal with this Ally Soda individual. And what sucks is like I have no idea who you're talking about, but like I know of folks like that, and what sucks is when you see them winning. Like I hate that. Like, call me petty if you want to, but it's just like, ugh. But yeah, I feel you.
And it is the worst thing when you have someone who is a bad actor like that.
Yeah.
Shows like this are beacons. Thank you, Bunny.
Oh man. So do you have a bad guy story for us, Anita?
Oh, for today?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a that guy story today? Ooh. Nothing that's gonna top that, really.
It's not a competition, but I feel you.
This one is one that happened to a friend of mine. It's the only one that I can really think of. It's a GM that decides that grossness is appropriate at a table because you're at a table full of dudes but only one woman or femme person. My friend was at the local game store playing just a pickup game of Dungeons and Dragons. Was playing a druid, and decided that was the mission had them sneak into a noble's bedchambers. And
I don't like where this is going already.
Exactly. The idea was that his character was going to make sure that the person was down and out of the fight before any bad stuff happened. So, decided to transform into a spider and wrap the person up in web. Like, that was a choice. But then the DM decided to make it gross.
Oh boy, here we go.
And my friend was like, that's unacceptable. And the thing was, is the DM had his partner and their daughter at the table when he decided to make it gross.
My eyelashes are catching on my glasses. I can't blink hard enough. Oh my god.
So that's my that guy story for the day. Like, if you can't even be considerate enough when this is the behavior, obviously, that you exhibit at home, because clearly you are not uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oof. Such is life. That's my that guy story for today. That's my let's make it weird that guy.
Yep.
Okay, no, your turn.
Okay. So my that guy has an internet personality that they would like to talk to. And the method that this individual chooses to meet or to talk to the internet person that they want to talk to is to try and talk to their sibling to get their sibling to introduce them to this internet personality, which is upsetting.
Yep.
That's like psychopathy levels of manipulation right there.
Yeah. So we don't do that.
No.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Can't you just hook me up?
Yeah, just let me just talk to him.
Can't you just push the button to make this happen for me?
Like okay, fair enough. Like I worked in marketing before I did all the creative stuff, and like use your network to get jobs. Like the 2 games that I'm working on right now, you know, are from past colleagues, but you know.
Yeah.
That's a whole other level.
I think a lot of it is entitlement.
And then once they meet that personality, like because they were introduced through family, they get over familiar really quickly. So yeah, that's my that guy. That's and I'm not even gonna say it, but yes they were. You guessed it. What am I saying? You already know. I ain't gotta say it, but yup.
And I bet yours and Anita's also.
Correct.
Yeah, I can hand on my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I just not. Shit.
They ain't shit for that. Oh,
It is a combination of entitlement, privilege, and
Inflated sense of self plus
yes,
some other issues.
Definitely wanting instant gratification.
It bewilders me that we have guests on here that talk to us about the imposter syndrome that they feel, and like how they work their ass off but they still feel like they don't belong, or that they're not good enough, and then to experience some of the bad guys that just are not putting in the work and expect to be like Matt Mercer. I have had the experience of being on streams where the person running the stream literally does the minimum. They press go live and they're like, why am I not famous yet? and I cannot tell you how wild it is to see that, because I have seen people who have done so much work, who have mastered every aspect of this field, from designing to production to casting to you name it. They have done everything, and they aren't where they should be. And their response to that is to just work harder. And to see somebody press a button and be like, fame, please.
I'm quite sure that those type of people have never gone hungry.
Well, yeah, I mean that's exactly what it is, and that's why I am a fan of people who wear their hustle on their sleeve. I know there are a lot of people out here that are hustling, but they do their hustling in the background, so you can just see the fruits of what that hustle got them.
It's the duck. You see the duck moving across the water,
you don't see the paddling. Yeah, like, to me, like, people like Christina Ariel, I would consider a duck, in the fact that you see she just appears places, and she is so gorgeous, and she is professional, and it's just like, wow, she's getting all these opportunities. No, what you don't see is that she is hustling, and like, I understand that and I respect it, but I'm a fan of the people that are just like, yo, I'm in this motherfucker getting my ass kicked, but I'm still out here banging. Like, that's who I'm more drawn to, but I still respect both sides of it. Like, Critical Bard is one of those motherfuckers who will let you know the hustle. Mm-hmm. And I think, like, it takes a while to be able to learn to respect that, because I've been watching a lot of his threads where he's just like, yo, why am I not in a long running campaign getting paid? And like, it's very easy to go like, man, you got this, you got that, why are you asking for more? But that's what you have to do. Because if you don't ask for anything else, you're not gonna get anything else. So that's just something that I've been discovering.
It's so true. Yeah, it's
now
so
that
true.
I've gone off on my rant. Every episode there's one.
And that kind of brings us back to that point earlier where you were talking about, Leoni was talking about how I've been moving forward, but like it seems very smooth, but there is a lot of hard work that goes into this channel. Like, there's a whole bunch of effort, and from the production side all the way to the finished product that you see on the screen. Like, it's a lot of hard work, and I don't think a lot of people realize that.
And Critical Role too is a lot of hard work. Like, that ain't just...
And that didn't happen overnight.
No, and you don't, you see these people who watch Critical Role and then they start up a stream, and they got their webcam just slightly above the table, but everything's blurry and the sound's terrible. Like yes, like their whole premise is like friends at a table having fun, but there's planning involved in that. There is hard work with that. I mean, just look at the production level. They have a whole crew now, making sure they look good, making sure they sound good, making sure that all the cameras are at the right places at the right time. And yeah, there's some improv involved. But there's still, even when you do improv, there's still planning. One of the things that I like to do is before a session, I go, okay, everybody. And I did a whole tweet about this as well, and people got mad about that. They said I was railroading people. People wrote blogs about it. I loved it. Is I went, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this first, and we're going to do that first. And then one of two things can happen, but it's your choice. And then that's going to happen, and then that's going to happen. Then we're going to have a break, and then we'll do this. And I can do that, and it will execute perfectly, and we will hit all of that. And I can do that, and then one player will decide that they're just going to go from 0 to 100. And we're like, oh, we're just at the end. Oh, my God, I better quickly plan some stuff. And that happens on good TTRPG shows. Mm-hmm. Some level of planning happens. And some are scripted.
I mean, that second part is still wild to me, that some are scripted. But I don't think there's anything wrong with going, all right, guys, I've got I've got 2 combat encounters in mind for us, and then we'll have a shopping section, and then we'll rock it out as it goes. Like, there's nothing wrong with having some structure, and if people think that that's railroading, then they really have not been in the game with railroading.
Oh God,
right? But even just there was one situation that I got in that had someone with an unwinnable combat, and it was the first episode. And the first episode was that this combat was unwinnable, but we didn't find that out until at the end. So we were just there twisting in our seats for 4 hours trying to win this combat. And had the DM just gone, hey, this is an unwinnable combat for dramatic effect, we wouldn't have sat there for 4 hours trying to win a fight that was unwinnable.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that I don't like unwinnable fights. I do enjoy combat where the most direct approach might not be the route to victory, but there's always going to be some win condition if you can think of it.
The win condition is you come back when you're stronger. Like I said, for dramatic effect, and as long as everybody's on board, and consent is important. Mm-hmm. You go, hey, I had this really cool idea. People could go, oh, okay, well, this fight's unwinnable. Maybe I can have a nice dramatic character moment where I realize that, or maybe my buddy gets hurt, and that triggers something in my arc. It gives people opportunity, because if you follow, if you look at the story structure of the hero route, the story is the hero rises up, there is a threat, the hero goes and challenges the villain. The hero gets their asses kicked. They then meet a wise sage. The wise sage trains them. Then they go back stronger, with more powerful, with more knowledge, and defeats the villain at the end.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very typical hero story.
Right.
And so I don't necessarily disagree with unwinnable situations. They can be overused, but in the right hands with enough knowledge and giving people lots of agency, you can turn an unwinnable situation into a beautiful character moment.
True. I also, okay, so I don't mind the unwinnable situation. I think what I mind is the GM not putting in a way for you to understand thematically and story-wise that this is unwinnable. I say, like, maybe after 2 or 3 rounds, something should happen where it's just like, oh, the point of this wasn't for us to get the hit points to 0. The point of this was this. Does that make a little bit more sense?
So some DMs do. Like, you know, you've got that NPC that's been following around for you and they just get taken out with one shot. That should be a warning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Wait, that guy was actually stronger than all of us put together. Why did they get taken out with one shot? Like, that should be a warning. But also just going, hey, by the way, this is a really good opportunity for some creative mode. Like, it's collaborative storytelling. Why is it all on the GM? Like, I have made this situation. What do you want to do with it?
That's true. I don't know. I just like
it's often done wrong. So I can understand why you're just like, no, I don't like it. I also don't like it. But in the right hands, it can be done beautifully.
I just like giving my players the neon sign, like, hey, don't feel bad. You can't win this. Usually the thing that they're fighting is just like, all right, good try, guys. Here's the actual scenario. Here's actually what's up. Because I feel bad. I've had a lot of I've had what do we call them? We've had the PvP GMs who it feels like they're not telling the story as much as they're trying to attack you and win.
Yeah.
And I don't want my players to feel like that. I want them to feel pressed and stressed and tired, but not like I'm trying to kill them.
As someone who plays in several campaigns with you, congratulations, you're successful at that. I will point directly at Second City Saviors, and I will point directly at Kingsguard.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried to kill you guys yet.
Not so much with Into the Southlands. The look directly at the camera is concerning.
So let me ask you, what is one of your fondest role-playing memories as a player and a GM?
Okay, I'll do the GM first because that's easier. So I'm playing Descent into Avernus with my team, and we are pretty much on book at the point before we go off book, and I'm just describing a bathhouse. And I'm just like, someone just offhandedly said other rubber ducks, and I'm like, yeah, there are rubber ducks. There's big, massive ones like the size of a halfling. There's tiny, tiny little ones. Like, I just go off a little tangent, just describing all these different rubber ducks, and then suddenly all my players are like, I'm taking one. So am I. Yeah, I'm gonna have one too. Yeah, I'm gonna use one as a floaty. And I'm just like, all right, I've got to think of something to do with these ducks. Anyway, jump forward an hour or so, and they're stuck at this puzzle. And the puzzle, like, after they solve the puzzle, like, they think it's a puzzle, but it's not a puzzle. Like, it's just something that's there, and they get a bit obsessed with it. And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna have to. And I'm there, and I'm watching it, and they're getting frustrated. And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna have to do something with this. They're gonna have to have some reward because they've wasted an hour and a half trying to solve this. So they do. We cut to black. They're all in darkness. It's all very spooky. And then I put my voice mod on. I have this crazy demon voice, and I just lean into the mic and I go, "Present your duck." it was Bane, the god Bane, and basically the ducks was a symbol, ended up being the symbol of the cult. And that's why we have a rubber ducky emoji on Goldheart, because it became this whole thing. And it was literally just because I had to give them a reward for trying to solve something that didn't need solving, because I felt bad for them. In the same game, actually, that's how I came up with the Sphinx kitten, because they did the dungeon, they completed it, they seemed a bit bummed out, and I was like, oh well, I've put all the treasure down the other way, to go the other way, and they were like there, they were all bummed out, and I was like, oh well, they've got to plan this Sphinx, and if they do the riddles, it'll be fine, and they'll get the treasure. So once again, I put the mud voice on, put on this crazy, I described like this big looming cat shape, and then it jumps down and it's a tiny kitten, and then I put this squeaky, high-pitched hamster voice, and I'm just like, it's magnificent. And they lose their shit, and then suddenly they were all hyper and happy again. And now Muliette, the Sphinx kitten, is a regular NPC that just turns up that they just love. And I will probably have to kill in the future just to hurt them. But so yeah, so those are that. As for a player moment,
I want nothing more than like a giant CR20 evil rubber ducky now. Like,
but something's gonna happen with those rubber ducks. I haven't thought about it yet, but it's gonna happen. Maybe that's what the god Bane looks like.
That's what I was thinking.
The Quackthulu encounter from the Darrington Grid one shot on Critical Role.
Maybe. Oh, that thing was vicious too.
My favorite player moment. Roleplay or mechanics wise?
Ooh.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Now you got to give me two more. Now you got to give me another.
Okay. So I can do mechanics wise. I'm gonna have to think a little bit more about player wise. So mechanics wise, I was playing my Sorkadin Leia Stray, who you can see in this picture here. She's a Drow Paladin of Illustrae. And we're playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and motherfucking Atalanta turns up, and he's just like, I'm a big bad guy, and like my friends are just trying to help another player who's just on the run, and I'm just like, he's like, oh, you're not gonna go no further, and I'm just like, I'll handle this. You go on ahead, I bet. And then we have a fight. And I don't know about you if you've read the Waterdeep Dragon Heist book, but
I have not.
The villains are designed for a party of 5 at level 5. Mm-hmm. I was level 4 by myself. And I took out Victoria Castellanta in a 90. I didn't even have my armor on.
I'm going to need details. How did you pull this off?
So, one, as a Sorkadin, I get extra smite slots, because that's all spell slots out there, just smite slots.
Yeah.
But also, at the time, Sphinx, you were actually involved in this. I don't know why you're like, damn. Because like, we also, at the time, had litanies. And one of the litanies was like, when you hit, you're allowed to have an automatic nat 20. So that plus a level 3 smite
so you're
slot
smiting
plus
on
stubborn.
crits. Ugh.
Yeah, and Sphinx actually gave me the last killing blow. Yeah, you remember now. Actually paid for me to have a listening so I could take him out. I was on my, like, I think I was down to 13 hit points. But yeah, that was a fight I shouldn't have won, but I did, and I felt quite badass, and I was like, I'm living my best min-max life right now.
By the way, Paladins, best class.
Best class, definitely. I am a serial I have 13 Paladins. I'm actually currently working on a cosplay for a 14th.
I'm trying not to make another Paladin, so I've been doing Eldritch Knight just because they feel
that's just Warlock Paladin. Why are you trying to lie to yourself?
That's just a Palalock.
What is this? It's Palalock. Just lying.
Yeah, but at least I get my 3 attacks, so that's something.
But yeah, okay, so role play moments. would have to be.
I never had any desire to play Paladin until watching Leoni at work.
I really enjoy the class. I feel so powerful. Same time, I feel like I have control of justice when I am justice. I don't roleplay. I guess is a bit hard to answer just because I don't rate myself as a role player.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I see you in chat. Give me a roleplay moment that I can talk about.
Well, we can give you time to think. I can ask Anita. Let's get your mechanics. What a mechanic moment, and a GM moment, and a roleplay moment.
Ooh. GM moment.
I want to be in an all paladin party with Leoni. Me too.
Oops,
like
all paladins.
Yeah, Josh is running like oops all like warlocks and all this other stuff. So we'll see if we can get him to do oops all paladins.
Ace conversations were super good, according to God.
That was a good one. So that once again was Lau, and Lau was Ace, and like it was like a whole side story thing that her family wanted her to like find someone, settle down, have babies, because that's what she's supposed to do. And the party would make jokes about it. Jalexa would flirt. She would panic. It was all very, very subtle. And then one day, she sat down with another player character, Kai's character actually, and was just like, "Hey, can we talk about attraction?" And then it turned into this whole amazing song and dance of a song that Kai wrote. And I think Kai was like, "Does that make sense?" And she was like, "Not really." But I've also just remembered is the moment when we went to the third level of Dungeon of a Mad Mage, and we didn't attack the goblins. In fact, she offered to free the goblins and then turned the level into like an outpost, a goblin run outpost, and she helped with that, which is something that people don't expect Brow to do, but like it was like taking the Underdark back, and I really loved that arc. It was a really, really enjoyable arc.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because we were just like, hey, you know what, I'm a drow, I also get murdered on sight. You're goblins, you get murdered on sight. Let's team up. My family are on the surface. You know, you've got some ore here. Let's start a business. We can make an outpost. We'll offer you protection. Yeah, that was a really good moment too. It gave me lots of good feels.
Oh God, hey, I also love that you're playing a good drow. I love drow.
She's not a good drow. She's just a drow. One thing that was really important to me in that game is that we do away with the whole good drow, bad drow.
Okay, that's fair.
So Loth drow were culturally divergent. They weren't necessarily evil. They were, as the law I was presenting, they were part of their circumstances. Like they were forced off the surface in the Fourth Crown War. The Underdark is a very harsh environment, and they had to adapt, and they had to adapt quickly, and thus the culture that came was because they were ostracized and exiled off, and you know that's going to cause a lot of resentment, that's going to cause a lot of hate, and when you've got minimal resources underground, as the Underdark is described, which I don't agree with either, you know, it's going to become more cutthroat. Only the strongest can survive because you can only feed the strongest. You can't feed the weakest. And so the story I wanted to tell with Lau was actually, what if we just stopped fighting? We tried to help each other out. We could actually reclaim the glory of when we were the Illithir and we weren't known as the traitors. And yeah, I really loved that story. I'm actually turning it into like a little fan fiction. But
oh, that's lovely.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I am more drawn to the Shatter Kai Those are my elves of choice. Also because of their tragic backstory that I try and change a little bit to be a little bit more hopeful.
Yeah,
So
hopeful. Yeah. That's what I wanted to do as well. I just wanted to like give them a future.
I'm sick of every elf that has a bit of melanin. I'm sick of their story always being like fucking miserable.
Yeah, Lau had both parents. They loved each other deeply. She had 7 sisters. One of them was a dick, but the others were cool. You know, she didn't grow up in poverty. She did have a little bit of hardship when they like escaped the Underdark and came to the surface. But yeah, no, she was a very good character. I do miss her, but that's why I have artwork of her, and she just lives here.
Oh, that's awesome. I I am jealous of. I need to get a lot more artwork for my characters.
Okay, so I do recommend John Larter. John Larter did both of these, and I just adore them. Like just the poses and the costume and everything. It's amazing.
I'm gonna have to get a link from you because I am looking to get character art done. While I'm unreasonable enough to spend a little bit of disposable income that I have. I'm just gonna get art.
He is expensive, but he's worth every penny.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, good art lasts forever. I mean, to me, it's yeah. I cherish the artwork that I have had of characters, so I'm totally for it. Actually, do you have a link that we could toss to chat as well?
Yeah.
Let's get.
I do believe John has commissions open right now because I saw his post yesterday. So please go visit John.
Okay.
And enjoy. He's so much fun, and his artwork is so good.
Shit! Look at the art.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just went to the
Tell John I sent
website. Yeah. It's not fucking around. I'm looking at the gallery. Okay. The first thing I always look for is to see how people draw Black people because I know that one of the things that I've experienced is trying to get commissioned art for Black characters, and it's just somebody draws a white person and
then paints them brown.
Yeah. So, but that is not the case here.
No, John does lots of character. Really loves monster races. Oh, my Lau is there. You can see my Lau in full glory. A little bit down.
It explains the use between personal use and commercial use. Oh, okay, yeah, I like it. We finna make some things happy. Anyway, sorry, like I'm trying to like get my commission in before the rest of you chumps you start talking. Like, damn, I shouldn't have tried to get this man business. I want all his business. All right.
I've had some time to think.
Let's get your answers. Let's go.
Okay, so GM moment. Running my murder mystery for the first time and the reactions that my players had to that. So the murder mystery was a dinner at a fancy estate. They were told to dress nicely, so I gave them all opportunities to describe their fancy evening wear, which they adored, and they sunk their teeth into that, and they went full hog on it. At one point, there was a halfling in a frilly pink dress, very similar to Kaylee's dress from Firefly.
Oh, I love it.
Who had to run up and pull down a staircase from the attic and rolled an athletics check in this frilly dress and reached up and grabbed it, but didn't quite have the strength to pull it down, so they were just stuck there in the dress. They also got to give their own titles to when they were announced into the residence. So outfits and titles, which was like their favorite part of the entire encounter. Not at all the murder or the fact that there was a doppelganger that what would be several different people in the course of the adventure.
Yeah, no, that would be my favorite part as well. Like, I have a whole folder of just outfit porn, as I call it. And I'm just like, and Leo never wore the same outfit once. I just spent all my gold buying fine clothes. And I'll be like, this is what I'm wearing today. And then go on like a 30-minute tangent describing this outfit. But yeah, that is my jam.
So that one is a good moment for me, for GM. So it's GM, player, and mechanics. That was the... Okay.
Yeah.
So player moment, I think would be any of the conversations that Yenna has had with her angel daddy, as she is an Azamar. Those ones are always very good.
Angel daddy. Just every time you say that, I'm like,
yeah. Or Tay. I think Tay's dream sequence was also really good. As the dream sequence where she's looking at the children in the field and is approached by the wolf.
Yep.
Like there's a little bit of wolf in you too was just such an iconic line. Mechanic moments, I haven't actually had very many. Okay. In Masks, I tend to, with Powered by the Apocalypse games, I try to work my moves into a roleplay moment. So when there's the comfort or support move, I try and like approach that in character first and say, this is what I'm trying to do mechanically. So that's my mechanics moment. There we go.
Okay. Cool.
How about you?
God damn it.
Listen, you asked the question.
I ask the questions. I don't answer the questions.
You should have known this was coming.
I know. I
You had time to
should
prep.
I should have been doing that. I'm sorry. I'm too busy looking at John's art. Like, who am I gonna get first? No. Okay. So for a role play moment, again, Joey or Nomadic is an amazing GM, and he, in the course of 10 minutes, basically got me to fall in love with the NPC. I'm playing a politician, and my secretary, basically my assistant, is named Daisy, and we're just having a talk, and I'm talking about her history. You know, she just graduated college, you know, working for me as my assistant is her first job out of college, and it's like just a really humanizing moment for my politician. And he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna give you the day off. I'm gonna give you some extra money so you can go out for lunch. You know, we just have to do our job today. So we have that bonding moment, and then alerts start going off on the ship that we're on.
Oh no.
And things are going wrong. And so, you know, my politician and his secretary, Daisy, lock themselves in his office. And he's just like, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. Eventually, the invaders of the ship start making their way to his office and are hacking his security door. He tells his assistant, you know, don't worry, I just have a meeting. You know, this is just somebody coming in for a meeting. It's no big deal. And she's like, you know, I'm your assistant. I know for a fact that you don't have anything scheduled today. He's just like, don't worry, just lay low, stay quiet. Nobody's going to bother you. So they end up coming into the ship, or coming into the office, and they immediately put one in Daisy's head. Just cap right there. And Noir the player, I'm like, I just got attached to this character, and she's dead. Like, I'm upset, and I want to kill everybody. But I'm playing this politician whose combat score is like -4. I'm not finna beat up nobody. So the only option is to try and role play my way out of this. So he, like, as soon as they kill his assistant, he's just like, "Y'all want some scotch? Let's talk about it. What's going on?" Like,
Ooh, amazing.
And that was hard because what my character had to do to survive was so different than what I, as a player, wanted to do in that moment. So I truly enjoyed that as a role play moment. As a GM, one of my favorite moments was being duped by my party. I have a world a campaign setting called Second City, where it's basically modern day setting with, you know, vampires, werewolves. Like, think Underworld with a little sprinkle of Lord of the Rings here and there,
and Constantine, the Keanu Reeves
and Constantine, and and the Deck of Many Things was a major plot point in one of the sessions there, as this politician who wanted to wipe out all magical creatures because they have an inherent advantage over humanity. He gets his hands on the Deck of Many Things and draws the wish card. So you can imagine what happens. He just wipes out magic, except for any magic that he has. The cards have been scattered kind of all over the city, and my players
like Card Captor Sakura as well.
Yeah,
I love that. I'm gonna steal this idea.
Go for it. It was really fun to see because my players found the Void card. And they found it, but they didn't touch it. It was in an envelope, and so they put it away. And he was looking for the rest of the cards because if the one card that he found was able to do that, he wants to make sure nobody else gets their hands on the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds out that the players have 3 cards, and he essentially goes after them. Once they are in the final confrontation, he goes, you know, "Give me your cards." And I forgot that my players had 3. I knew that they had 2. I forgot about the third one because the third one they only found because they rolled a nat 20 that they weren't supposed to.
Sorry, not
so
sorry.
They found an extra card. So he goes, "Give me the cards." And so my player goes, "Sure."
Hi, that's me.
And they give him the card, and he opens it up, and it's the Void. He drops dead, and his soul is in another place.
Wow.
And completely bypassed the final encounter that I had planned for them. So
that's what happens when you play a warlock with high charisma.
That's amazing.
I couldn't be mad because I was like, "Fuck, I did it to myself."
No,
sometimes it be like that.
That's beautiful. I love it.
And so yeah,
I'm gonna steal that idea for Glitter Hearts.
do it. I just asked that I get to play at some point. That's my tax. Please see me sit there. But yeah, that was a fun one. What was that? That was GM, player, I guess a mechanic moment.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't really think I have a mechanic.
Would that be elbow dropping a dragon from the top of a mountain and surviving?
Yeah, that was pretty dope. Okay, so when it comes down to it, my favorite classes are Paladins, Monks, Bard. Those are my 3 favorite. And I played a monk who jumped off of a mountain and was able to get 1 attack, and it hit, and I made it a stunning attack, and the dragon failed its roll.
Oh,
so
amazing.
It fell out of the sky. Now I'm a monk, and the GM's just like, well, you're going to take fall damage. But no, I'm not, because I'm a goddamn monk. I don't actually. I was wrong. That's not my favorite mechanic moment. Here's my favorite mechanic moment. GM had a puzzle set where we would have to essentially sacrifice an innocent creature. Something had to be killed at this altar in order for a door to open. I was playing a Way of the Long Death monk. So my monk was just like, something has to die, cool. Slit his own throat. Die. Cool. The door opened, I pop a key point, I get back up, and we're all good.
Yeah, that's it. I love it when the mechanics work in the favor. That's perfect.
It's just like, I'm not killing a puppy. You can all kiss my ass. I'll do a lot of things, but no puppy death on my watch.
I'll kill myself before I kill a puppy. No, I love that energy.
Oh God. So let me get your 3 favorite classes. I know Paladin is top of the list.
Okay, so this is something that people get shocked. I hate combat, but I love min-maxing, because if I min-max, I can end combat quicker.
That's a way to think of it.
I respect that.
Okay. Yeah, so my favorite min-max class combinations are Paladin and Sorcerer. At least
Sorcerer is just...
Yeah. Sorcerer, love it. And then it's Bard and Rogue for them ridiculous plus 17 rolls when you get Jack of all trades and your expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played a Bard Paladin combo?
Not yet.
It's stupid. It is stupid. It's first off, standing next to me gets you a plus whatever bonus that my charisma is on saves. Oh, by the way, is that not enough for you? Have some inspiration too. Like, it's just like...
I love it. Okay. And then my last one, I really like Warlocks. Like, I'm really into
Warlocks.
But Paladin Warlock is just like endless smite for days.
Really? Because Warlocks get like no spell slots.
Yeah, but if you take the one where they get their spell slots back because they're short rest, she's just like, give me 10. I'm good.
Oh, okay. Just come up for a quick nap and you're done.
Yeah.
Or just have somebody cast catnap on you and that's it.
Yeah. Let's go.
Can you cast catnap on yourself, or does it have to be someone else?
No, you can't cast catnap on yourself. That's why you need a wizard in the party who has their shit together.
Yeah. And always your smite's a top level, because you have to.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, because you have level 5 spell slots at like level 10. You only have 2 of them, but damn do they hurt.
You only need 2. Plus, I have a terrible reputation. Some people have accused me of fudging my rolls, but I've rolled my rolls live on camera. I've done it. I roll ridiculous amounts of net 20s.
I don't.
More rolls.
Fuck you. You know what? Y'all making me act out in front of our kids. Speaking of, we should wrap pretty soon. So I'm going to give you guys the floor for the last question. Is there anything else, chat, that you would like to know before we wrap it up?
Now's your time.
Now's your time. They're just putting in no ROs in chat because they're assholes.
If you want my secrets, now's the time.
Yeah.
I probably won't be on a stream for a little bit.
Until we find out what mystery projects you're working on. Would y'all stop putting no ROs and ask a team?
So, Leoni, we're talking a little bit about producing streams.
Mm.
What are your recommendations for someone who wants to get into it?
Build yourself a decent PC.
Mm-hmm.
You need not a you don't need an amazing graphics card. What you need is a ton of RAM and a really good CPU. And cooling. Always forget your cooling. Oh my God, keep your computer cool, I beg of you. And that's all you need to roll. That's all you need to go to get going.
Yeah.
Things like slobs, OBS, whatever you want to use is easy. You can pick it up. There's a million YouTube videos on how to do it. My last bit of advice would be take your time. If you are getting people that haven't played together for the first time, take 6 months to get that show on air. You don't need to rush. It's not a competition. Your show will be better when your cast are friends than they will if they're strangers, because you won't have to spend 8 episodes getting to know each other. And yeah, that's my advice.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can vouch for the needing to lean on a better processor than graphics card.
That's the one thing that I need to upgrade on my rig is I need a better processor. I've got like 32 gigs of RAM. That's not my hang up. I think it's my processing speed that's going to be where
it's definitely my processor.
Oh, and 3 monitors. You need 3 monitors.
I just have the 2, but yeah, I could definitely go for a third.
Yeah, you need 3. There's no argument for that. You need 3.
Yeah, I gotta get that shit together as well. What are you running? Like, what processor do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
An i7 something.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm thinking of switching over to Intel. I'm using
I only use Intel, and I also only use Corsair because I'm a Corsair whore. What can I say?
Yeah, I've got
Corsair. Why haven't you fucking sponsored yet? Get your shit together.
Corsair, please make a finger grip mice that's RGB. I need it.
Get
These
it together,
giant
Corsair.
Mice that I can't hold and then make my lump horrible. Give me a tiny little finger grip mouse that's all lit up, please.
I hate this mouse. I need to get my my Naga that has the number pad on the side.
Because that's about. I'm just using a Logitech mouse.
I need that for MMOs. That's the main reason that I haven't been playing any MMOs, because I'm not gonna fucking use the number pads up here like a bum. Use my fucking mouse.
I've got 32 gigabytes. My processor is an i7. I've got Corsair cooling. I've only got an GTX graphics card. I want to get RTX, GTX. I might have got them mixed up. Whatever one is the newest one, it's either GTX or RTX. I need that one. Okay. I got 2 sound cards. Oh, and your motherboard is super important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you need something that can hold everything.
Yeah, and also the quality of your motherboard is also how quickly your components can talk to each other. Also use an SSD because you'll speed up time as well.
I've got that.
Yeah, I need to fix my SSD. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I've got SSD is my primary drive that grabs all the things, and then I've got my just regular one for storage.
Yeah, I would say upgrade your storage to SSD as well.
Okay.
Because you won't have storage failures like I've just had, and I've lost all my files.
Oh no.
But I'm fine because I'm rebranding anyway. Let's just start again. There's some questions in chat.
Yes.
Yes.
What's one place in the world that you haven't been to that you would really like to go to?
China.
Nice. I really want to go to Japan.
I mean, yeah, Japan just seems like the obvious one, but I really want to go to China. Like, it's such an ancient country, and I want to go to the old capital. So it's not Beijing. It used to be called Chang'an, but I can't remember what its modern name is. I can only remember it when I Google it. So, anyways.
And the other one is tips for new GMs.
Just do it.
Yeah.
You don't need to know anything.
Yeah.
You can make the rules up as you go along. Just do it and have fun, but take care of yourself and the players, and cooperatively share the space. So the story's not just on you.
I just looked at my specs. I've got a Ryzen 5.
I've got a Ryzen 3. I really need to upgrade.
Look at you!
I know. I know.
Like you fucking scrubs.
I know. I'm well aware.
I need to do better.
Hey, that was a little bit of computer judgment right there. I do apologize.
I mean, I got 64 gigs of RAM that I can't fucking utilize with my Ryzen 5. I know.
You're just sitting there, just like having a holiday.
Shit, I'm looking up a 7 right now. No, I'm getting Ryzen 9. Fuck that.
And
not gonna feel bad.
Do you think that
I think that's
a good place to sit?
You know, I'm just me crying about my specs. Like, I can do better. Thank you very much for joining us. We've learned a lot. Everybody, chill on the English accents, or you will get roasted. Please.
I can't. I've already made a character choice.
Please give John Latart, I hope I said his name correctly, some love. Pick up some commission work. Be on the lookout for Leoni's projects that we can't figure out just yet. And for the love of God, play No More Humans and appreciate the fucking articles, y'all. They're different. But yeah, that's gonna be this episode of Morning Ritual. So let's do our outros, and I'll start.
Good.
Hi, I'm Noir. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram as the Noir Enigma. Put that V on my name. And on TikTok, you can find me as Noir Enigma. It's becoming a more music-focused TikTok. So if you like any of the music stuff that I've done lately, give that a look, because that's where it'll be. On tomorrow, you can find me over on Cobalt Press. I am GMing their Southlands campaign. They just finished their Southlands Kickstarter and decided I'd be a GM, a good GM for it. Man, did they make a mistake? No, I'm just kidding. But please check that out. And then tomorrow night, you can find me on Action Fiction for Drain the Rich, their Vampire the Masquerade game. On Monday, you can find me doing nothing because we haven't started our Kids on Bikes game for Roll20 yet. But February 15th is when that starts, so be on the lookout for that. On Tuesday, you can find me over on LFM Network for Degrees of Madness. If you like puppets and you like Call of Cthulhu, you'll have a great time. Then Tuesday evenings, you can find me right here on Critical Misses for our mass game, Second City Saviors. On Wednesdays, you can find me over on Black Cats Gaming, where I am in their campaign Hex Protocol, which runs using the spy game system, and we're playing with the creator, Sam Levy, so give it a look. It's fun. Wednesday evenings, you can find me on TPK Roleplay, where I am in a Call of Cthulhu game. Nope, sorry, Curse of Strahd. I saw C in my head. It just went wild. A Curse of Strahd game. On Thursdays, you can find me on Undead Gaming for Entanglement, our Expanse game, where you can find more about Daisy, my assistant who got shot by Gnome because Gnome is heartless and just wants to make me sad. On Fridays, you can find... terrorism. Just a smidge of terrorism, just a little bit. On Friday, you can catch me over on Chromatic Chimera for our Zyhander game, Bloody Portrait. And that is me. Passing the buck on.
Talk about booked and busy. Jesus.
Well, yeah, I got to make sure people don't forget about me.
Impossible.
I took a year out and I'm still here, so.
Well, nobody could forget you, though, Lost. This easily forgivable.
Lies. Leoni, who are you? Where can we find you? What do you do on the internet? And then I'll close her out.
All right. So hello, everybody. I'm Leoni, also known as GlossandGadgets. You can find me on anything. GlossandGadgets, because brand is a thing. However, I'm not doing well. On the surface, it appears I'm not doing very much, but I am very busy behind the screens. Please follow my channel, Goldheart Gaming, as you saw in the chat, and also Goldheart G on Twitter, because Goldheart Gaming /group didn't fit. Because we're going to be making some announcements soon, and I hope you're very, very excited.
Woo!
Because we're going to be changing the game out here as we do. Yeah, I'm not in any games right now yet. I'm not producing anything yet. But follow me on Twitter because I've got announcements. Plus, if you really, really like fantasy jewelry and cosplay props, I make beautiful things. So I have a shop, and that's all in my pinned post. So thank you very much.
And also, I couldn't help but notice, like, a lot of channels need highlight reels, and that's one of the services you offer as well. So, if that's something you're interested in, because I know that I'm interested in it, I just don't want to make one, so we might talk. but that's it. I'm gonna stop talking now.
Hi everyone, I'm Anita, or Panita, or Critical Misses. So this is my channel, and you can find me here most times. You can find me here Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays now. Tuesdays for our Second City Saviors, our Masks game. Wednesdays for Under the Pale Cold Sun, our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle. Where I do play a character with a terrible British accent. On Thursdays, you can find me on this channel as well for the Cypher System game that we run called Upon These Crystals, Guardians Ready, which is like a Sentai, Power Rangers, and high fantasy. Why not? So you can find me there. You can find me behind the scenes or in chat on Fridays for Zyhander game, which is Beyond the Twilight Road. And Saturdays you can find me back here for Morning Ritual, where our guest next week's going to be Druck. Yeah. And Sundays you can also find me over on Kobold Press's channel for Into the Southlands, where I play a Ravenfolk artificer, a birdificer. Yeah, that is. I'm very proud of Moonshine, the Magnificent.
And we've got character art coming soon, y'all. It's fucking dope.
We do.
Sorry.
We do. My character, she looks so much more beautiful than I could have ever imagined. But yeah, that is us, and that is where you can find us. And it's been lovely talking to you, Gloss, and Leoni, and it's been lovely chatting with all of you in chat. But until next time,
aren't we gonna rate somebody?
Yes. Thank you for keeping me on track, ADD brain. I think Alicia's online. We can raid NNG 9.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Especially since she came into our chat so lovely and gifted a whole bunch of subs.
And dunked on us.
Dunked on us.
I mean, in all fairness, she did it to be petty. So let's go back and return petty.
Let's return.
In fact, can we have that be the raid call? It's just return petty.
All right.
All in all caps.
All caps. Go in hard.
Hashtag return
got some
petty.
remotes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Fill out the ritual.
Let's go.
Until next time, everyone. The ritual has concluded. Bye, everybody.
Bye.